sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right. Live in living color, 10 drink minimum.
It's us, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't hear the intro, so I don't know where to start it. So. I just kind of went by feel, I guess. So I don't know.
That's how it works sometimes. Yeah. I'm loving this Saturday because one
Saturday.
Sunday.
I love this Saturday because it's not a Saturday. It just feels like one.
Well, Sunday was chill. Like, you know, you guys ever do brunch anymore?
Yeah, all the time.
I wanted to do that this morning.
I thought about it today.
So what is brunch to you?
You're so white, Billy. You guys want to go to brunch?
What brunch is to me is getting like really drunk and eating like a cheeseburger at like at 12 o'clock.
That is totally...
That is not brunch.
No. That's just
a strange representation of brunch.
Yeah.
That's just being an alcoholic, Billy.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is not brunch at all. Brunch is halfway between lunch and breakfast. And it's like it can be like a lunch food, it can be a breakfast food, it can be fruits, it could be vegetables, it could be Bloody Marys, mimosas. That's how it is in my world.
There is drinking involved, but it's not. You're usually
beer and a cheeseburger. That's not brunch. That's just
beer before noon is brunch to me. Beer and a cheeseburger before noon is brunch. That is basically what it is to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't brunch shame me.
There's usually like some sort of specials going
dare
on.
Come here with your brunch shame.
Don't brunch shame me.
How dare you?
How dare you? Who do you think you are?
The great thing is, like, alcohol is served at 11 p.m. I was 11 a.m. And there's like, listen, we're going to serve you a lot of beer, and I'm going to give you a cheeseburger. That's brunch to me.
Yeah.
All right, well.
What's the brunch place? I mean, Whataburger's not a brunch place.
We went to Gecko's.
Okay. Gecko's will work.
And it's a lot of Bloody Mary. They make the spiciest Bloody Mary. The thing is, it's a problem for a lot of people because people don't like the pepper.
I don't like the spice.
But you go into Scalo, say like in Nob Hill at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is there.
What's the? I really wanted to quote Dune right there when I was like, I don't like the spice, and I really was hoping Smiley would.
The spice.
But next door,
the spice must flow.
Scalo now has opened up the two patios they have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who want to do their Bloody Mary bar.
Oh, their Bloody Mary bar is by far the best. I'm sorry.
I've yet to do the Scallop Bloody Mary bar,
The
but
best.
I hear like
It's
the
the
best.
But do you want to stand in line for fucking 15 minutes? No.
No, that's why you go on Saturday. Because all the white people haven't figured out the Saturday thing yet.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, well,
Shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. See, you haven't figured it out yet. So now there's a Saturday Bloody Mary bar that you can go to, and it's not always as extensive, but it's pretty close. I mean, when I say extensive, if you follow me on Instagram at 10drink Instagram, there are certain photos on there of Bloody Marys where it's just a meal on top of a glass. You know,
it's like a sausages, pepperoni, like
donuts
olives.
with bacon,
Donuts, bacon, shrimp.
Oh yeah, it's
a hamburger. I think there's one with a hamburger,
Like a little slider. Like
yeah.
it's a slider, yeah.
yeah.
it looks like your
As
Bloody
long as you
Mary.
can stick it in your glass, it can go.
Hey, you stick it in your glass. I'm just kidding. Sorry, a little on edge today.
Do you think
I
that's
was like,
just,
I gotta get used to this again. I haven't been here for a while.
it's a novelty to do that, but I don't want fucking like eat a cheeseburger with my or
Yeah, but you're
donuts.
basically getting your meal for free
Wait a minute. When do you
on
not,
top of your glass.
when
Like,
do you not want a donut with a hamburger?
come on.
on your Bloody Mary. No, that's
Well,
too
it's-
much.
it's really
That's too
just-
close to the sun. You're flying too close to the sun,
You're
boy.
flying too close to the sun. Like, I would rather have a meal separate and just have a really good Bloody Mary.
Okay.
And so you get to build your own. Like,
Bitch.
That's
they
right.
give you the vodka. You do the tomato juice.
And I think it's
Do you? Do you get it?
You're
I'm
flying too close to the sun when you're taking a selfie with like 4 sliders,
Hey,
10 bacon bits.
I fly.
Well,
I can do what I want.
Here's the real problem I have with the Bloody Mary bars are great,
Yeah.
except most people don't know how to make a Bloody Mary.
Well, and that's why
So it's
Scallows is harder.
It's just there for you're like I get a meal with it at least.
Hey,
How's the Bloody Mary?
I
don't know how to make one.
I've taught myself how to make one because of that. Then when I go to places, I go like I went to the San Diego Casino and I was like, I'll like a Bloody Mary, and they made one. And I was like, oh god, what the hell is this crap? Do you guys even put Worcestershire sauce in it?
Right?
Where's
See,
the horseradish?
things you have to know?
can you explain the perfect Bloody Mary like recipe?
Okay,
Like-
the Bloody Mary that I made at the Blackbird was very simple. Just you start off with V8 as the basic tomato blend, and then like 1 to 2 ounces of olive brine, dash of horseradish, 2 dashes of Worcestershire, and this is very important, celery salt.
Oh, big time.
Is that important though? Celery
Yes.
Oh,
salt?
yeah.
Oh, super important.
Garlic and celery salt both.
Yeah, it's not a Bloody Mary without the celery salt.
No, he's I think I'm almost in that camp where it's barely a Bloody Mary if it doesn't have a celery stock in it.
So
But if someone knows their Bloody Marys, they can order it differently. Like if they
Yeah.
want it meaty, I'm going to throw some steak sauce in there.
Yeah.
Extra Worcestershire.
Yeah.
I'm going to go heavy on like
Donuts.
and then just
See-
put like a fat donut on top of it. See, that's you lose the art form, and now it just becomes.
Don't you come at me at my art, Billy. This is my art.
Well, now it's-
building them.
And I can't
Chris,
say anything.
Like
Chris
little-
obviously
like
knows
little-
how to make them now.
And
so.
I can't say anything because I don't really drink Bloody Marys. Like, I'll have them on occasion,
When I
but
see
they're
shrimp-
not my favorite.
And I see donuts with bacon
When
on
I
it.
see donuts, little smokies,
Little
Come
smokies.
on, yeah.
Empanadas, Billy. Have you had an empanada on your fucking Bloody Mary?
No, I've never had that.
Oh my god.
I get olives. Like I
No,
love
don't-
olives.
That's olives. Okay, olives.
Chicken wings. You see
Yep.
chicken wings
Yep.
on your fucking skewer.
Yep. I don't understand what you mean. Where you're going with this?
All I'm saying,
He
what you're
prefers it
doing is
more like a salad.
I'm paying
take-
$8
take-
for a meal.
taking away from the art of Bloody Mary.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm sure football in the 80s was better than football now because of the tackling. But, the Bloody Marys I make, I make the Bloody Mary, it fits me, and for $8 I get a meal. People always ask, like, when my people see my Instagram ones, they're like, how much did that cost? And I'll go, $7.45. And they're like, what? That thing looks like it would cost way more than that. And I'm like, well, it's all in the art because it has to be on top of the glass.
That's right.
They do get mad and will threaten to throw people out if they just go take food and go sit down.
I have a thing though too. Like there are these establishments now in Albuquerque talking
Yeah.
about like make your own food. Like Genghis Grill is one of these places. So basically, you take a silver bowl which holds maybe at the most like 8 ounces,
Yeah.
and you had to try and actually pile.
You've
on
got to
as
beat the
much-
system.
Beat the system.
Yeah.
So basically, what you do is take the 8-ounce bowl and just stack it with meat. Just like line pepperoni along the bottom,
Yeah.
and take the shrimp in there, and just take the eggs and like all the vegetables, and make it make it a mountain, like a tower of food.
Were you with me when we saw? No, it was my friend Steph. When we saw the genius at Genghis Grill. So he takes that bowl and he piles it and he levels it off. Then he makes a tower of what's the tofu, and then he stuffed stuff down into the tower of tofu. And I mean, it was a good foot tall. And I was just in awe. And I was like, we were leaving, and I was like, no, I want to take a picture of this.
That's awesome.
And I was like,
it's called beating the system.
Not all heroes wear capes, you know. It's like yes, and I'm like, and you know, he like, I hope when he got that, he just like took the tofu and shoveled it into the trash.
The best beating of the system I've ever actually been a part of is living in Portales, and there's a place called Calabarin. And so what happens is you go into Calabarin and you order like an entree.
Oh yeah,
but for $1 more, you can get this salad bar.
Yes.
And so you would basically fill up on the salad bar with cheeses, meats.
Yeah.
Like
and it was a good salad bar though.
A great salad bar.
Solid salad bar.
And then when the food came, it's like just pack it up. I'm taking it to go.
That's true.
That was that was the best beating the system.
Motherfucker, I lived there a long time and I never did that.
It's great.
Damn good idea.
For $1 more, get the salad bar.
Yeah.
And just fill up.
You know what?
I'm
actually not hungry now. Can you just take this to go? This prime rib.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? That's very reminiscent of what people go do at Tucano's here.
Oh yeah.
Because like their salad bar also a really awesome,
really awesome salad bar.
But if you like go ahead and just order an entree instead of getting like the meat service, bam! I'll just take that other food to go. I just made myself 3 awesome salads.
All I would say on that though is man, the perseverance of someone not to get that endless meat.
I got hooked on chicken hearts working there.
Gross.
Chicken hearts?
They're delicious.
How does it taste? It's like metallic?
No, not at all.
Because that's what liver tastes like.
It tastes like Metallica.
It tastes like the most delicious meat ever. I've never tasted anything else like it. And they're just these little nuggets. They're not that big. And you can just pop in your mouth. It reminds me of, do you remember that Futurama episode where they found the poplings?
Yeah. They were eating them?
Yeah.
And it was like a whole civilization.
And I'm like, this is delicious.
Right.
That's how it was. I'm like, this is really chicken hearts? Oh, it's just fit in your hand?
You don't think that's an actual... The thing is, you can eat like the thigh or the breast. It can be like a lot of things from one chicken, but the heart, there's only one heart for every chicken.
Yeah.
So you're just popping chicken hearts. You're eating like 10 fucking chickens.
But they have to be really hard to eat, though.
No,
they're not.
They just have them on a skewer with all the other ones.
Really?
Pop a few off.
Because I always heard like the heart's really hard to eat because of the it's a heart. It's like it's a muscle. It's really not tender. There's not a muscle on animal like if you cow when you're eating muscle when you're eating the beef, but that's like you don't want to eat the athletic cow. You want to eat the lazy couch surfing shithead.
Yeah. What do you think chickens do?
Right. Well, it's true.
Nothing.
Run around and peck at the ground.
But how big is a chicken heart though? Like a penny?
They range. Yeah, it's about a quarter size.
You got no chicken heart. That's what I would have said.
And you're just popping like just heart after heart in your mouth.
Yeah, they're delicious. They don't taste gamey. They don't taste like iron or anything. It's
like if you cook them the right way, you shouldn't be like tasting that kind of that style.
True. But yeah, nothing like beef heart. Dang.
No, because I've never
chore.
had. I don't know. It's so weird. Like it's like here's the line of thinking in my world, and this is just how it is. I will eat all of your muscles, but I won't eat your heart muscle, and I won't eat your brain or your tongue or your eyeball. But I'll eat all the. I'll eat the muscles that are on your on your back.
I'll eat your ribs.
It's
I'll
called
eat
barbacoa.
this.
Like you go to a Mexican place. It's like it's the tongue or it's the.
Barbacoa's not tongue though. It's like is it?
I think it's the tongue.
Tongue is actually usually pretty good.
Let's see, I thought barbacoa was the face meat.
Also really good.
Oh, the cheek meat.
But I would eat that. I would eat the cheek meat.
Cheek, right?
I would eat that.
Have you guys ever had duck tongues? Those are
No,
also
I've had
delicious.
duck, but not duck tongues.
Okay. Barbacoa is a form of cooking meat that originated in the Caribbean with the Taino, T-A-I-N-O. Taino people?
No, you had it right the first time.
Oh, okay, Taino. From which the term barbecue derives. In contemporary Mexico,
Is it tongue, though?
It generally refers to meats or whole sheep slow cooked over an open fire.
So it's not a specific part of the body?
Yeah, it's not, in a hole dug and the ground covered with...
It's a type of cooking.
Magway leaves? I don't know. Yeah, it's...
Anyway, so if you're growing up now, though, there are certain parts of the sheep that you cherish. There's the ichi, which means the intestine. You eat the intestines.
Okay.
And it's a delicious part of the sheep. And it's one of those things where, like, oh, yeah, you want the lamb ribs or, like the whatever, like the legs, the lamb chops, whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the delicacy of the Navajo people is the intestines. And it's called ichi.
I did not realize that
he's not lying.
your guys' intestines was that tasty. That was the line you said.
It's a sheep. It's a sheep
I know. Sheep.
Well, you'd have to hunt us down and find out.
Right. I don't know. That I'm not going to say the joke I was going to say because it'd be fucked up.
I would say, like, if you go to Pros Ranch Market,
No such place.
there's a place now called El Super.
Is that what took its place?
Pretty much.
El Super?
And you go in there, and you have a cow's head
Yeah.
on display in the deli.
Yeah.
I want to buy that cow's head and figure out what I need to fucking eat off this cow.
You're missing your microphone.
The
There you go.
eyes, the ears, the cheeks.
Yeah. Whenever they were Pros Ranch Market, I haven't been in there since. For people that are listening at home and maybe live in a place where we don't have a high Hispanic population. Across the river, there's this supermarket. It was called the Pros Ranch Market.
It's called El Super now.
It's called El Super, and it was kind of like if you go over to the Hispanic side of town, there's a lot of different. There's like a butcher shop. They still have butcher shops. It's really amazing, and then they'll have these different places. Well, someone took those and put them all into a grocery store, and when I lived over in that side of town, it was a really great place to get fruits and vegetables.
Oh, it's amazing. The produce.
Amazing produce, and, and on Wednesdays and Thursdays was like one day was like
It's
cheap,
the only place I trust fish here.
yeah, cheap meat, and one day was cheap meat, and one day was cheap. I don't mean like the meat was cheap; they just had a discount on meat. They had the cheap meat. It had some earthal bait in it. If you don't know what earthal bait is, look it up. But they did have a cow head. Like you could go and buy an entire cow's head. And they would bury it, I guess, and then cook it, slow roast it, and all the meat would fall off the skull. Is that right? Am I wrong? I don't.
I guess.
I don't know.
It
I have
was
no
just one
idea.
of those things you saw like a fucking full cow head.
And it always had the tongue to the left, like,
Yeah, the tongue was always there. He was always sticking out of the head.
Yeah.
Like, why would they do?
To show how good the tongue was. Because people do eat the tongue.
I know for a fact tongue meat is delicious, so they want to make sure someone didn't steal that tongue out of there.
Antal's in the chat room. Big ups to Antal. He's all, hell yeah, you could buy a cow head. A whole cow head.
And the thing that fucked me up was the eyes were still there.
Oh, yeah.
And they
Because
were
people
like,
will eat the eye.
What are they going to do? Take them out?
Yeah.
That would make it look more
That would be
weird.
worse.
That
Yeah.
would be
You
worse.
like walk over and it has no eyes in the sockets. You're like, oh, God. Oh, my God.
like,
It was a little...
Who's gonna? You buy the cow head.
Yeah.
Who's gonna eat the eyes?
Yeah. I would
Someone
say
does.
That's where our society has like progressed to a point where we're not old world. Like if you went to New York and you were like in an Italian neighborhood, there was definitely like a butcher shop, and you'd go in and there you would probably see like pig's feet and pig head, and now you're like you don't go to Smith's and they have a pig head out, But you go to Pros Ranch Market and you like turn the corner, you're like doo doo doo, and there's the cow head. And you're like oh.
And this is my problem with like
Put your cow head away.
Seafood in New Mexico. I would say like how many of you guys have bought seafood in the last 2 years? Like crab
From here?
legs or like fish? Or
Not from a store, but from
No.
a restaurant.
I haven't,
Well-
like, in the last 2 years, no.
Do
I
you
mean,
guys-
I've bought fresh shrimp from, like, Smith's.
See,
but
okay. Did you make the shrimp? I mean, you boiled it and stuff?
Yeah. I cooked it here.
See, I love shrimp, and there are so many people that are like, shrimp are disgusting. That's an insect, And I'm like, well, it tastes
It is
fucking
an
good to
insect.
me. It is.
like a lobster is an insect.
My dad won't eat shrimp.
I don't like shrimp or
I
lobster.
would
But it's
only
all about
eat
the texture.
shellfish for the longest time. Like, that's all I would eat was shellfish. And then I've kind of gotten better with other, like, salmon and trout and, like, all that kind of stuff. I used to never eat it. I just hated the taste, but I could do shellfish
Yeah.
any
All
day.
I'm saying is like you go and like we live in the desert, and you have like a rack of fucking like crab legs for like $15.99 a pound. Who's buying that?
Rich white people nights. I don't know.
Rich Heights people, yeah.
That's not that expensive for crab legs.
No, it's not.
I don't even know.
Also, they fly them in live, so it's not like
Yeah.
those crabs died that morning.
Now, the real question is, I mean, this is what everyone out there wants to know. When you eat crawfish, do you suck out the brains?
I can't do it.
I can't do it either.
I've only had I've had crawfish
I have some
once.
redneck hillbilly tendencies, but I cannot suck out the brains.
I have had crawfish, but I don't know the technique. I don't know how to do it.
You rip off the tail, and you
That's it.
suck out the whole front of the insect into your mouth.
It still takes me a lot to just rip off the tail,
The thing
actually
is,
mess
I
with
need
it.
somebody from the south to show me how to do it, because the crawdads are there. Like, you can just pile up on your plate.
We get
Yeah,
crawdads here.
yeah.
They live in all the ditches.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've never been taught how to eat them. Like, so I grab some from the buffet or whatever,
Yeah.
and you kind of crack them open. Like, there's some meat here or whatever.
Well, I've never.
Or just go to one of the restaurants. Like, there's a couple seafood places that do like the crawfish boil, the craw
Yeah.
boil.
I wouldn't count the crawfish on the buffet at the Chinese restaurant as very good. I tried it once. Well,
That's all I'm familiar with. It's
Yeah.
like the,
Yeah, no,
There's
don't do that one.
there's a couple boil places. There's one downtown now.
Yeah,
There's a
99 degrees or 99 food or
no. Is that what it's called? The one next to Monk's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe so. I didn't know
And
what it was called.
if it's not that one, then that's the one in Nob Hill.
Oh, man.
But there's a couple crawfish places now.
Oh.
And so, what do you eat off a crawdad then? Like the
The tail,
You get the tail and the head,
Yeah, like a shrimp. Yeah, it tastes like shrimp.
They look like shrimp.
It-
Have you ever
yeah.
seen
pretty
them?
much.
They live in all the arroyos.
Yeah.
they were in Farmington. We would catch them, and they would charge. Somebody would buy them off of us for 25 cents crawdad.
Yeah.
I know what they are. Like it's
Look-
It looks like a
owned.
little lobster.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they always like the ones I've seen like around here are white? Like completely, or like a grayish color. Could be
Oh.
because of like all the jet fuel in the
Probably.
ground. I'm sure that's what it is, but I don't know.
That's weird.
That is
Yeah,
weird.
they're not supposed to be that
They're supposed to be
color.
like a brown or like a dark black.
I like everybody that tuned in. They're like, oh, they're gonna be talking about booze, and we're like talking about seafood and crawdads.
The thing is,
And
like,
crunch.
I feel that if I were like in a survival situation, the crawdad was crawling around, like, I can eat your brains, suck it out.
I'm suck out your brains, boy.
You can find freshwater clams in New Mexico too. Just go through
Really?
a riverbed. Yeah,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
crawdads and yeah.
Now I can't eat that shit, man. I don't care. It was funny because I went with my sister, who I think is listening. I was in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and then, we went and had crawfish, which I thought were great. That's the first time I ever had them, and I thought they were amazing. Then they were like, well, and they got oysters. And she's like, here's how you eat the oysters. And I was like, okay. And they're like slimy, and they're in the
I've
side.
seen them. Yeah.
And then
And they're
she's like,
raw, right?
yeah, you take it and you and then you do a shot. I'm like, if you have to do a shot to eat the food, it's one of those like, put some hair on your chest, boy, kind of.
So I did oysters in New Orleans, and we
Yeah.
didn't do a shot with them, but we you make this sauce that goes with it, and you kind of put
The
that on
hot
top.
sauce, yeah.
The problem I had with it is because they're fresh, like they're on the half shell, and you put them you
Turtle
still get like
power.
the sand grit, like you still get grit with the
Yeah.
oyster itself. Like
Wow.
it's like, oh great, now I'm like chewing on rocks as I'm trying to
Gross.
swallow down an oyster. And I'm like,
Oh, you're not
all
supposed
right,
to
I'm
chew
good.
them. That's
Well, I
the
mean,
thing.
I know, but you're like, as you're swallowing down the oyster, you still have like everything else in your mouth, and it's like,
And
it's
I
all
feel
grit.
like culturally that's a thing. Like, it's not good. It's never going to be like,
Well, okay.
like, tasty.
There's
well,
always
no,
that.
and it was pretty good. Like I've had escargot before.
My cargo.
It just tastes like dirt.
But
I mean,
let-
it doesn't taste like
chewy
anything. It
dirt.
tastes like butter because that's how much butter they put on the damn thing.
But there's always that food in every culture that you're like, all right, come on, buddy, and you're like, throw one down. Yeah, I mean, Mexican food. I mean, what is it, tripe or whatever? It's like, yeah.
Hey,
Tripe
cooked
is-
correctly, that's good stuff.
Yeah? Okay. What's the
smells disgusting, but once
Right.
you cook all that terribleness out of it, it's pretty good.
all the poo out of it? But I mean, that's there's always that food that's like,
calves brains or something like
yeah,
that.
where it's like, all right, man, pickled pig's feet,
Pickled eggs.
Frogs
in the bar.
legs and
like chitlins, man. I could never eat that. I just can't do it.
What is that anyway?
It's like a form of like, I believe, pickled like intestines. I think Let me see. Chitlins.
That's not what I remember chitlins being.
What do you
I've
remember?
never even heard of chitlins before.
Really?
If I have, it's been a really long time since I've heard about it.
Made from small intestines of a pig.
Yeah, nope.
Intestines of cattle or other animal use as well. I just couldn't do it. It's like, I don't know if they pickle it or something, but yeah, it's like chitlins.
And pig's feet.
It's soul food, yeah, soul food.
It's a big southern thing.
Big southern things. Pig's feet, chitlins.
I've had them before.
It's soul food.
And you know what that derives from is like slavery. It's like
correct, yeah.
So like the plantation owners would have the good part of the food,
right? And
now like there's the leftovers,
right?
And that's what soul food came from.
And they would make it tasty, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if not, they'd throw shitloads of Tabasco sauce on. No, I don't know, man. It's like if you were like, hey, let's go to Las Vegas or let's go to New Orleans, I would actually, I think I would lobby for New Orleans just for the food. Literally just for the food.
You always talk about this.
Just for the food.
The thing is, like, you were saying, like, okay, so, like, a new, like New Orleans-based Cajun place opened up. And, like, Chris was like, I've had, actually, like, good Cajun food.
So has Michael. Michael's been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just not... It's like if you're in New Orleans and they're like, come get this New Mexican food. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, like right. as much as they say like they're from here, there's only so much they can do with what they get here. So yeah, you can get New Orleans style food, but it's not going to be as good as New Orleans food.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I guess it is like you couldn't get good green chili or they'd probably instead put jalapeno. Like when we went to Seattle, we went and ate at a Mexican food restaurant. It wasn't bad.
No,
it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And so when you go to places here, it's they're not bad, but they're not right. And it's like the best place here that I've found for food like that is Nexus. And they do the chicken and waffles, but they also do like jambalaya and red beans and rice. Pretty tasty. Pretty close.
There was a good place. It's not open anymore, unfortunately. But a friend of mine, her family was from Louisiana. And it was called Cajun Kitchen. Small hole-in-the-wall place.
Oh, yeah.
They made some really good food. And then there was another guy. It was like... there's another place in Nub Hill. It was like Mardi Gras, I think is what it was called. And they had some pretty decent like Cajun food as well.
But that other one that opened up there...
I've never had jambalaya in my life. It's basically like
best thing in the world.
Like a mixture of like rice and like just whatever.
It looks terrible.
It looks terrible, but it's like the best thing you'll eat.
It's like curry.
Yeah,
I've
gumbo.
actually never had it before either.
Gumbo's pretty good too.
Gumbo's great too, but again, gumbo looks like dirty swamp water.
Yeah.
With sausage floating in it. And
the
other thing too is if you have a real true to life good po' boy. And what I hate about here is like some places.
What's a po' boy?
It's a po' boy. It's not poor. It's po.
P-O apostrophe.
P-O apostrophe M.
What's a poor
It's
boy?
basically like a shrimp sandwich.
Or
it's stuffed with shrimp
or crawfish.
Yeah.
Or chicken or whatever.
But originally it was shrimp.
But it's one of those foods that like people were poor, and so it's like shrimp, whatever. They took it and they put it on a shitty piece of bread. And it called it a po' boy because you didn't have a lot of money. But here you'll get a po' boy and it's $11. And down there, like you can go to a lot of places and it's like $4,
like
$4 or $5, and it's like a big, hulking piece of bread.
You have like 12 pieces of shrimp on it. Like massive
and just
amounts.
and it tastes good, but the bread is like tough but it's really good actually.
That's crazy.
They've gotten better with the bread. It's a little bit softer now, but still like the whole.
There's got to be like an artisan po' boy you can buy, like for like. 12.
Oh, of course there are.
Yeah, which completely ruins it.
Like poutine, like poutine was like a northern, just like basically like cheese curds and like
gravy and fries. Yeah,
gravy and fries. It's delicious. I make it all the time.
And I had one for the first time here in Albuquerque. I need to go actually to the Midwest and actually try it for the first time.
Go to Canada. That's where it's from.
Yeah, it's from Canada.
I bet it's good there. I've only had it here like you have, and I thought it was tasty. But again, I haven't had the original. I haven't had the original, so
I had it in
sometimes the ignorance is bliss.
I had it in Vancouver, in May, and the only problem I had with it was the gravy was a little too runny, but everything else was just. It was exactly that.
It's really hard to screw up poutine. As
it
long
really
as you get quality
what irks me
cheese
the most
curds,
is being a guy from New Mexico. Like I've lived here my entire life, like across the states, not even across borders. But being like, you can't get a good slice of pizza here. It's like I love pizza, and yes, there's great pizza places. But then they're like, well, you've never tried some place in Kansas City or like
Right.
New York.
Or New York. Or
New York is
I
a
was
big
like,
one.
no. I
And
haven't.
like the same thing with Chinese food. It's like you cannot get Chinese food. It's
Well,
like
I kind of agree on that one.
I love the Chinese food here.
Really?
I
What
do.
place? What place?
Well, there's
I
there's
love
good Chinese
ho-hos.
places.
I love
oh my God.
I
You
love
can't lead with ho-hos.
Wow.
I love Holoma. I love China Inn. All these Chinese food places are so fucking good.
You fired out with ho-ho right away, which is like the best shitty food you could eat.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about just the best bang for your dollar. Ho-hos is fucking good.
Well, but I mean that has
It's
nothing
not
to do with it
good
being Chinese. I don't even know if it's
food.
Chinese food, but it's like it is the best bang for your buck of just any place. I mean, if you're poor and you have only $5 to your name,
You
and
can
you want to
you
eat
can
for
eat
2
for
days,
a king and like a king.
2 days, yeah. Well, I don't know about a king.
It
part,
is so
but-
good. The teriyaki, the fucking
You're
curry
killing him.
chicken,
Oh my god.
it's so good. But then again, like I live in New Mexico, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
So sometimes like there's no good Chinese. Like,
Well,
Dude,
the other,
even Kai's Kung Fu Cafe is better than that.
the other food that people always bring up is bagels.
yeah.
At my old work, there was like 4 different people from New York, and they were always like, "Yeah, you can't get a good bagel here."
Like,
Something
who
to
cares
do with
about-
the elevation.
Who cares about bagels, though? Seriously?
New Yorkers.
Is it such a delicacy?
Yeah, I guess in New York,
all I'm saying,
I like bagels, but yeah.
I love whatever the what we call Chinese food here. I love it.
I just can't get a good kishka here, you know.
And you're like we're
wrong
New
with your
Mexico. If
pretzels?
you're
But
living
then-
here, you're not gonna get New York style bagels in New Mexico.
No.
Like
Then
it's
again,
not gonna
I
happen.
go to Florida, I cannot get a good fucking enchilada plate.
Oh, white tortillas. What's this crap?
There you
Come
go.
on,
Like
come
you're gonna
on.
get like fresh marlin out of like
That's true.
off the coast. Like
well-
you're gonna get that. You're gonna get in Massachusetts. You're gonna get fresh lobster
Yeah.
and fresh like clam chowder
but
and all that
shitty,
stuff.
like green chili.
But shitty green chili, or you're
Well,
gonna get like
The
you're
rule
gonna
of
call
thumb
it
is
green chili, but
the
it's
rule
gonna
of
be
thumb
jalapenos.
is eat what where you're at. I mean,
Eat
what's
what the
local.
locals
yeah,
eat.
eat the locals eat. Yeah, and
As
it's
much as you
always
can.
I mean, unless there's just something you're just like, this is absolutely.
Ho-hos is so good, guys. Anything you get,
Stop it.
it's a delicacy.
Don't do it.
It's all spices, all the whatever you need.
Billy Whitaker.
Anybody coming from Bloom Fiesta, don't go to Ho Ho's.
Do not go to Ho-Ho's unless you're broke.
There's actually a really nice deli right next to Ho-Ho's.
Which one? Which Ho-Ho's?
There's more than one Ho-Ho's?
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, there's Big
There's-
Chow over on Central, and there's
Well-
Ho-Ho's on Montgomery.
No, there's a third one. There's the one by Gibson, and it's one street over from Cervantes.
Oh, my God. I can't.
I have
believe-
stopped there. I'm sorry, I was poor one day, and I
Wow.
needed a lot of food.
It's delicious. Anything you get is the best Chinese food you'll ever eat in your life.
It does what it does. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say it's delicious.
I was like, I need the best bang for your buck because I just moved into a new apartment, so I need like the best places.
When did this happen? Oh wow! Just fucking threw that in there out of nowhere.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Michael just moved into a new apartment.
I am living down here.
To where?
Downtown?
I am in Sawmill, like in around Sawmill. I'm off of.
You're-
I'm right next to the Little Red
Ponderosa.
Hamburger Hut.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow!
Now that
I'm
is
in that
quality
neighborhood.
food.
So you're down the street.
I am down the street now. I'm not a Heights kid no more.
You're one of us now.
I'm
Well,
one
Michael,
of you.
we
Congratulations.
we
Well-
can treat you appropriately now.
One of us. So then one of us is kind of oddsed out now.
Oh, so we have Smiley.
Oh.
Still uphill.
Uphill.
And I always will be.
Thug life.
As long
I've,
as that apartment's the way it is, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, I've lived in Albuquerque 20 years. I've always lived within 4 blocks of Central and within 6 blocks of UNM.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's 2 decades.
Well, I guess.
We were very close to be living up there, but then we found an UNM. Damn you!
Wait a
Took
second.
the
Wait a
apartment
second.
underneath us.
Let's pause what you're saying here. We. Who's we?
A friend of mine.
A friend of you. Okay.
You're supposed
Okay.
to say it like make up a cat.
No, I have a roommate, a friend of mine, and I both
Okay.
needed a new place. And so
Have you
we
guys slept
decided to-
together as your roommates?
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll
When
write
they
the Penthouse
ask you
Forum for you.
questions like that, say cat. Oh, it's my cat.
The thing is, like,
Duh.
Michael's
They know I
one
don't
of
like
us,
cat.
and we're
Well, then
we're
say-
gonna bust her balls about this. Like, I'm sorry,
Off camera.
you're living like downhill now.
Yeah.
Who is this person? It's like, you don't know her.
Man, you live next to Little Red. Have you been there to eat?
Not yet, but
That
we
is-
will
that
very,
is-
very soon. I've been trying to go there, but every time I've gone there,
Michael,
they've been closed.
just wanna
But
say
we are
one thing.
going.
That is quality food.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Oh, I bet.
Their chili cheese fries are amazing.
I
No.
can't, honestly, I cannot wait to try it.
I don't
Like,
think you're understanding. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Got
And
it.
you will not understand. No, you'll get it.
Here,
They're gonna say that to you 100
Listen to these
times.
words: satisfaction guaranteed, and go walk in that place and be like, Billy, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because they say it
Yeah.
Over and over again.
over and over.
That's their
yeah.
catchphrase.
got it.
That'll be $9.95. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Can I have a napkin? You sure can. Satisfaction guaranteed. And I find it funny. I just laugh. I just go, okay.
But they,
And that the thing is, like, we have somebody who has been world travel, like Tiff, our friend Tiff, who swears by the Hamburger Hut.
Yeah.
I've had it; it's good.
I think it's good.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Actually, not even good, great.
Yeah.
But she swears like beyond her travels in the world.
What is it? A hot red or red hot or whatever? Where they put red chili on a
Yeah,
hamburger?
Oh, God,
it's
yeah.
smothered. Yeah,
Smother red chili on a hamburger.
on their tortilla
We should
burger.
change our name of the podcast to like a food. Welcome
For
to
the
10
day,
food
right?
minimum.
Anyway,
We're apparently all hungry.
it's a good hamburger.
It is.
It's no lumpies, but
Dude, I miss Lumpy so bad.
Doghouse. This is my favorite.
Doghouse makes a hamburger?
Yeah.
I only get the hot dogs there.
No, we get, like, my friend will get a red chili cheeseburger. I'll get a green chili cheeseburger.
Weird.
Best
No,
thing.
they actually make pretty good
Best.
hamburgers.
I've
can
never
I
had
actually like
I'll back
ask?
her up on this. Me and Chase went there last time he was in town.
We go there once a week.
For new listeners, we do talk about hamburgers way more than we should. But that's okay.
I can tell you my top 3 right now.
We already know. I can tell Billy's top 3. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Whataburger?
That's number 3.
Wow.
Wow, it's changed around. Hold on.
I thought for sure that was number 1.
No.
Wow.
Last
My whole
time-
world has changed. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
That's
Little-
number 3. Whataburger has the best,
Oh, shit.
one of the best fast food.
Then I don't
burgers.
know. Then I don't know.
So number 1, and people are gonna hate me for this, but it's Buffalo Wild Wings. It's
Okay,
their
I would've
big,
not guessed
big,
that.
Big Jack Daddy Burger. That thing is
The big,
delicious.
wait a minute. The big,
Big
Jack Daddy Burger?
And what it is like a fucking sweet piece of meat stacked on the Pondadoo.
I wish. Hold on. Wait a second.
Do you dream about
Hold
this
on,
at night?
Hold on. Go ahead.
So what happens is you take a big
Oh, is it
fucking
not working?
half-pound piece of meat, slap it on, and what happens is you put a lot of pulled pork on top of it. On top of that is a onion ring. The best thing you'll ever taste.
I just did the commercial for him. You have a big, sexy, sweet pound of meat. You know,
Stacked
And it's
full of
so.
pork.
And the thing is, it's a chain. It's a chain. It's not even local.
no.
But
Buffalo
it-
Wild Wings isn't local?
What?
But it's not. It's not local. But they have the best burger. Try it, and your life will be changed.
So in the chat, they're saying Griff's hamburgers are the shit. I've never been there, and I've heard that.
I like that place a lot.
I would go there a lot more often if they were near me. But they do have good burgers.
I thought they were closing down. I didn't know they were still open.
You know what number 2 is?
What's number 2?
Number 2 is the Gecko's green chili half-pound burger.
Damn.
That is a pretty good burger.
It is great
I haven't had it in a
because
really long
the
time,
thing
but it
is,
is.
They do make a good burger.
if you order a burger, I ordered by medium in that
Well.
spectrum. So what happens is that the burger comes out and you take a bite of it and there's juices still running off of it. And I'm like, oh, it's so good. There's spices. There's so much like salt, sodium going on.
What about Holy Cow?
It's fine. I've had it.
Oh, wow.
So number 3 is Whataburger's green chili double. Number 3.
That is, yeah, I've had that one before,
And
and I
the
didn't
thing
realize
is-
what I got into when I ordered that, and I'm like, I can't eat this.
I want to say like locally, like Albuquerque has no dog in the fight for burgers. So it's chains that come in that bring us the good shit.
What?
Everybody, see, You're gonna say Blake's. I know you are.
I'm not going to say Blake's.
I'm saying Blake's just for their breakfast burritos, but not for
Okay.
their burgers. I can't do their burgers
Their
because
burgers used to be great.
they did, but
They're not.
So my top three don't even involve Albuquerque like chains.
Lumpy's, man, that was my shit.
Lumpy's was great. I can't even remember it. If I could remember the taste
Ugh.
and how I felt when I was taking the first bite.
I always wonder why they call it Lumpy's, and then like whenever you would get the hamburger, it looked just like a big lump of like mess. You know?
And you just take that bite, and like the juices were just there. You had that one pickle.
I was like,
One pickle.
It
here's
was
my
always
three.
there.
Okay.
Doghouse
For hamburgers.
for hamburgers.
That's weird, yeah.
Okay.
I never had one there.
That's just because
Seriously.
you guys haven't had them before. They're
Do
really
it.
good.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's not. I just
I
never
would
thought
do
about it.
One chain, Fuddruckers. Fuddruckers actually makes a
That's
pretty
really
good
good,
one.
too. That's-
They make a pretty
It's
good one.
top 10. Fuddruckers.
I'll say one good thing
And
about
just
Fuddruckers.
homemade, damn it.
It's a good burger, but sometimes they don't cook them all the way. But the one thing that they do make is they make a burger called the Hangover. So any place that
Yes.
makes a burger called the Hangover,
That's the
fucking
one.
A.
I think that's the one with the egg on top of it. I think.
That's correct, yeah.
All
Yeah.
French style.
Oh my
Nice.
god. I love I really like when I discovered eggs on top of burgers, it was like my entire world changed.
Okay.
And then the third one is just a homemade burger, like honestly,
Yeah.
cuz then you can do whatever you want to it.
I think I'm gonna change Billy's idea because when I say one place, I think he's gonna go. Wait a minute. You could be right. I like Whataburger. I don't know. I don't have a top three as in like this is the best. I have Whataburger. I like what else? Then Lindy's downtown.
Oh,
Boom! That place makes a good fucking hamburger.
That's in my top 4 now.
No way, dude! I think that
It's
place
so
makes
good.
A
It's so good.
hamburger.
Lindy's downtown knows their shit.
No one ever eats there, and it's good.
Nobody ever eats there.
we went there for New Year's Eve. We hung
Yeah.
out there at
Yeah.
least. We didn't
and they have
eat.
beer, and you can just like
Yeah.
that burger's actually fucking great.
And I'm trying to think what my third one would be. I don't even.
I realized what my real third one would be. Julian's on the west side.
Okay, I do like Julian's.
I don't
It's
know
off
what
of
you- I
it's
don't know
on
what that is.
Central, like in close to like 98th Street, like
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the way
you
over
said
there.
West Side. My brain stopped
Sorry,
working
not
for a
west,
second.
not that west side, old school west side, like on this side, like up
You
Central.
know, like cut you when you walk out West Side.
yeah,
You know the
Cut
good one.
essay. Nice.
The good West Side, not the bad.
I want to hear
West Side.
Smiley. Smiley's got.
You have 3 top burgers in town.
All right. Well, I already said I'm with Tiff on this.
I'll go with Little Red Hamburger.
Little Red Hamburger Hut is the shit. They're my favorite. Like whenever I get a chance to go there, I always go there for a burger.
They're
so
good.
that might be added to my list here in the near future.
So that's number one. I'm starting to get biased towards B2B because my
That is. Oh,
my
that's
roommate
my-
works there. So
That's-
that's
I've
number
never
2.
had one of them.
Dude, it's good.
It's pretty
it's
good.
been a while, but they'd make a good burger.
They do,
And then
and they
Their
make
beers
beer.
are kind of iffy, but
No,
No.
but they sell other people's too.
yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
that's always a
good
fun
one.
place. B2B's got a really flavorful burger. It's all like local, organic, all those catchphrases, but it's really
Yeah.
yummy. And then I guess 3, Frontier probably.
No,
No!
I've
Frontier
never-
does do a decent one.
I've had a Frontier burger, and let me tell you right now, that is basically the worst burger I've ever had in my life.
You might as well shit in a bun.
Pretty much, like, what they do is, like, hey, you're going to order a burger? Okay. So what they do is take this, like, trash lettuce and throw it everywhere.
Shredded
And-
iceberg.
Shredded iceberg, shredded cheese,
Shredded iceberg,
everything.
and it's just all over your plate. Like, what
Yo,
the
Tommy, we got another bag of that trash lettuce.
It's so lazy in their presentation. I'm like, and what they do is like, it's not even seasoned. It's just like whatever, like some guy.
I like how offended he got. That you
I got so offended. I fucking hate the Frontier. I fucking hate the Frontier.
Do you like anything at Frontier?
Do you not like the Frontier?
I like Frontier for the burritos.
That's
but,
like Albuquerque blasphemy almost.
Wow.
ugh,
It's close.
I hate.
I will say this. I like Frontier. I like the green chili cheeseburger from Frontier.
Of course,
I do.
And-
But I only
and-
get the breakfast burritos from Golden Pride because they taste
there you
a
go.
lot better.
Golden Pride's mounds better than
It's the
fucking
same
the Frontier.
place.
Yeah, but they make them so different. I'm
They
not
do.
gonna lie.
There
I-
are some differences.
I don't have enough
between Golden
reference.
Pride.
Yeah, I mean the cinnamon roll alone.
Well, yeah, that's just,
I did mention that I've lived within 6 blocks of UNM for 20 years,
Yeah.
so I know the difference between
So
Golden Pride
I'll say
and
this:
and
trash
Frontier.
lettuce.
Got another second of that trash lettuce in the water.
Butthole tomatoes Fuck the Frontier's Burgers. I hate that place. It's not even good. They don't even season their meat. It's
Frontier
basically
sponsorship gone.
It's grill seasoned.
and it's not even like charred. It's just basically like whatever like fucking meat was available at the time.
Tommy, we got to rush. Can you prep some of those butthole tomatoes?
This butthole tomatoes, trash lettuce, like this. Put this. Let's present this to this college student who doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
They don't know shit. Give it to this like 22-year-old.
Butthole tomatoes.
They're drunk. They don't know anymore.
They're drunk. Exactly. That's what the Frontier Burger is. Fuck the Frontier Burger. I'm so upset right now.
Don't sugarcoat it. Just tell us how you feel about the Frontier Burger. That is amazing.
And the cheese.
You were
The
so offended
The
by
cheese
that.
is so shredded. Like, couldn't you like put a slice on? No, it's shredded cheese and shredded fucking lettuce.
Tommy, we need extra thin shredded cheese.
Trash lettuce, trash cheese, butthole tomatoes. Fuck the Frontier Burger.
What is the name of this hamburger?
It's just basically
It's
the
the Fiesta
cheeseburger.
burger.
I'll get the number 13, the butt fucker.
It's number 13, whatever.
It's really good. Anyway,
It's the laziest.
I would smell like cheese,
Imagine
but I
like
don't have a
making a burger. It's like we have the greens, I guess, and so like I'm gonna.
We have 12 ingredients. What all different items can we make with this?
So basically, like it's not that hard. Like onions, lettuce, tomato, and like a piece of meat.
Butthole tomatoes.
But it's butthole tomatoes. It's trash lettuce and
cheese.
trash cheese.
You should review places.
I hate that
On
burger.
YouTube.
I hate that burger so much. And for Smiley to put it in his top 3, I'm offended.
God damn, that was funny.
well,
You trash lettuce.
And that's the
Hi,
first
I'm Billy,
hour.
and this is my YouTube video. Today we'll be reviewing the Frontier Hamburger. First of all, look at this trash lettuce.
Have some sort of flag waving in the background.
It's the worst burger in town. I
Look at
would
this
say
butthole
Have to see
tomato.
a flag waving in the background. This is the worst. Yeah.
wow,
Can't
wow.
do that no more.
I didn't see that one coming.
Right?
You offended him. How dare you? No.
I remember sitting there in the Frontier, like the back room, with next to like the
John Wayne.
the
painting.
John Wayne portrait,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm gonna eat this burger. Like, what the fuck did they do to my burger? What is this piece of fucking shit?
They rubbed it on their taint.
And like, I'm eating this, like it's going everywhere. My hands are sticky from like just
For people out there that don't know what the Frontier is a restaurant that's world famous Frontier
world
restaurant.
famous Frontier.
It was
but
on,
they make the worst burger of all time.
Up All Night with David Tell. Is it called Up All Night?
What? No, Up All Night was a USA.
Oh, what was his show? What was?
All Night.
Oh, that's with Rhonda. What's her face?
Yeah,
What was
and-
David Tell's show?
I don't know. I'm drunk and I travel the
It
country.
kind of was that. What was the name? Let's see if I can. David Tell. That was so long ago that it's like hard to even remember what that show was called. Let's see. Tough Crowd. Really? Is this not popping up on his?
But anyway, it's world
Insomniac.
famous. Insomniac. Yeah.
Up All Night with David Tell.
You guys are giving me shit about ho-hos, but Smiley, his top 3 is the fucking Frontier Burger. Fuck that.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair enough.
That's fair, yeah. That is fair.
I don't know. I've not had the Frontier Burger. I don't get that when I go there.
I got a second on it.
Yeah.
The green chili cheeseburger
I
is
was
pretty
with
good.
you like when you said the what was the other place?
Because I've
you
been going
said?
there more like in the
B2B is
afternoon.
B2B, like
excellent.
B2B, a little bit. Hamburger
nobody's seen
Hut.
Holy Cow yet, though.
Well,
I don't think
Because I
Holy
really
Cow-
haven't. I've been there once a long time
I've been
ago,
there a
and
lot.
it was a pretty good one, but not. I didn't have. If we're doing green chili cheeseburgers, I've never had that there, so I'm not gonna say Holy Cow.
My problem with Holy Cow is it's not consistent.
Correct.
I go there a
Correct.
lot, and like sometimes it's like the most amazing burger I've had, and sometimes I'm like,
Well,
paid $12 for this.
it's also one of those things where I have to compensate. Like when you play golf and you have a hook or a slice, and if you like turn your body and you know you have it, then you might hit down the fairway correctly. So I have to go to Holy Cow and I have to say, medium well, so that I get a medium patty, because I don't want blood coming out when I bite into it. I just can't. Like a steak, I'm fine with that, but ground beef, I just
No.
don't want blood coming out. So I always have to overcompensate and tell them medium well so that I get a medium hamburger. And since I've started doing that, it's better, but it's not one of those places that I seek out. But if someone else is like, hey, I want to go to Holy Cow, I'm like, all right.
Honestly, here's the problem with Holy Cow. I mean, they started off with like all the burger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I go there to get their tuna steaks now.
Really? I never even thought of that. My problem with it's called Holy Cow, and there's not one reference to the Cubs in there. Holy cow!
Nice.
Wah, wah.
And I think it's because they hire line cooks that are used to regular sized patties, not like 2-inch thick ones.
Right. I've never had a salmon steak.
You have to cook them. No, it's a tuna.
Tuna steak.
Ahi tuna.
I've always, like, anytime I ever see like a salmon steak or a tuna steak, I always look at it and go, "That looks delicious," and then I would bite into it and be like, "Bleh."
Yeah. Well, do you get it like actually cooked?
I've never had one, but I bet
okay.
I would just be like, "Bleh." I'm not a fish eater.
It's raw fish,
Yeah.
is what it is, and it's if you have good ahi tuna, it's delicious. But that's what I go there for. They have good fish shipments.
I never even turned the Skype on. We probably could have had all kinds of people try to call in.
Hopefully, someone defending the frontier burger.
The frontier. Billy has left the building. He's got practice, so he is leaving. We are pretty close to finishing this first hour. So, yeah, I want to thank Podscape for letting us do our show last Saturday there. We got to do, have our show. I have to show Smiley how to run things because we didn't get video.
I didn't change from the
not.
logo over to the...
So we're the only ones that don't have video. That's okay, though. So we do have some stuff coming up, though. In October, we're going to Portales.
for our usual Halloween show.
Yeah, let me look at the date on that. It is, let's see here, October 28th. We will be 27th to 28th. We'll be in Portales. Then we do have a show pending, whether we can all go or not. December 16th in Pagosa Springs for.
There we go.
We're going to be at a dispensary there. I'm in talks with the guy. They'd like for us to come up, and we interviewed Bill Delaney at Hempfest. He really enjoyed it, and he owns a dispensary up in Pagosa Springs, so he'd like us to come up. So Colorado, we are coming at some point. And we may go up that Saturday, come back that Sunday. We'll see. I don't know. Depends. May go up that Friday. It depends on if Billy's friend lets us stay multiple nights. It all depends, but that's coming up. What else? There's a couple other things I got in the works.
On the road.
Small Engine would like us to come back and do a show there. And I have a really cool idea that might bring our friends from the Austin and Justin in to do it with us. So we'll see. I'll tell you guys off the air. But that's coming up as well. Stick around for the second hour. We got more to come. It's going to be Billy, Michael, and Smiley, Michael, and I for the second hour. Maybe we'll take some calls. You guys have anything you guys want to promote?
Yeah. Tomorrow night's on NBC. That's Channel 4 if you're in New Mexico. I should be on this episode of The Brave.
Oh. What is that show about? I know nothing of this. I know nothing, Chris Snow.
I don't know.
Do you even know?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
As far as I can tell, no. It's like a military drama. They come in like special forces and rescue people.
But you're in it a lot.
I'm in episode 2, which will be tomorrow. Episode 4, and then episode 6. I hope to God, some editor came in and realized that there's one scene where I'm walking in like east in a hallway, also walking in west in a hallway, and also spilling out of a classroom.
Interesting.
With a giant,
within the same
totally
scene.
noticeable red bag over my shoulder.
Weird. All right.
So I'm hoping I can make a drinking game out of episode 6. There I am again, and again, and again.
Whoops. It's interesting how they'll edit you out of stuff like that. You're like, oh, I'm in this a lot. No, I'm not. Whoops. But that happens. So stick around. Michael, do you have anything to promote?
Nope, I got nothing.
Yeah. So you can definitely check out our show. Go to facebook.com/10drink. We do live shows most Sundays. Lately, it's been really rough because there's been a lot of stuff coming up. We've been doing Saturday shows, and we might do some more Saturday shows coming up. It just depends on where, because we have also been asked to do another show at Dialogue Brewing, which in our line of work, getting repeat work is always really good, because that means they like you. And I have a good story about Dialogue from last night. I'll tease for the second hour. As you notice, I'm wearing a Dialogue Brewing shirt. So
I almost went down there, but it would not stop raining.
You should have. It was great.
Would not stop
the
raining.
torrential downpour would just
It was.
stop.
And you know what? It was weird because you know how usually I'll tease it for the second hour. It'll be fun. So definitely check us out most Sundays. If not, go look at our back catalog on iTunes. I'm going to get the website a little, I've been neglecting it, so I'm going to try to get it back up now that we're actually streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Yay.
Sweet.
So, yeah, definitely check all that out. Definitely drink when you watch the show. We do as well. But always remember,
never get too drunk to jerk 10drinkminimum.com.
Way to go, you ruined my plans. Who would have thought it, You say you've been done wrong.
Which way to go? How foolish I've been from the time that we started with a lame excuse. Be gone, honey. Who am I to become your ghost tonight? Do you think you work too hard to tear these thinning walls apart? Honey, who am I to become your ghost tonight? Do you think you work too hard to tear these thinning walls apart? Honey, my palms your face, my fist your eye, my leg your thigh. Could you bruise enough to call it even?
Bones can break, I would die every minute, but I won't ever admit it. Blue face, nowhere, goodbye, honey, way to go. You ruined my plans. Who would have thought it, would have thought it? You say you've been done wrong.
Which way to go? How foolish I've been from the time that we started with a lame excuse. Be gone, honey. stone walls, I feel alive again. The silver lining, feel take
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. I sold my soul to the bottle.
All right, back from the dead, back from the break. As far as I can tell. Oh, is it still playing? Oh. Oh, I may have restarted it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. We're back from the break. Hour 2, wavy hour. Wavy hour.
The wavy are.
Yeah. So, what the hell? Make sure it's not. There we go. So let's reshare. I'm going to reshare our feed here, I think. See if we can get some more people in the second hour. Yeah, that restream shit works pretty damn good. It should. You pay for decent. You know, it's a good chunk per month, but, you know, whatever. So how's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Good.
Man, I had a crazy night last night at Dialogue Brewing.
Nice.
So I decided to go over there, right, like around 7 o'clock. I was like, you know, I wasn't feeling too great. I was like, eh. And the red light cameras were playing. And, you know, I was kind of like, that's kind of an, you know, weird, you know, place for them to play.
Have you seen them before?
Oh, many times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. And I'm trying to find the phone number here for our show. But so they were playing, and I was like, it said 7. So I was like, well, I'll go over there at 7 and you know, check them out. And so I get over there, and Sloan is playing. You know, our friend Sloan. I don't know if everybody knows Sloan, but, you know, James does.
Yeah.
James knows Sloan. So he's playing. So they kind of have everything, like, under a canopy, like, out on that big patio, just, like, the canopy's, like, facing, like, the garage door because it's, you know, for people who don't live in New Mexico, it has been, like, a torrential downpour for, like, the last... Oh, that's great. For, like the last...
This whole weekend here.
Yeah.
I was
I thought we were
surprised
done
when
with
it was
monsoon season, and sure enough,
Yeah,
we're
it really...
not.
Why is this not working? Okay, whatever then. All right, Skype, what's your problem? But
I went and bought an umbrella.
yeah, it's
This
been
week.
intense. So it's rained a bunch, right? So it was raining yesterday all day long. All day long.
All day, yeah.
And so I kept looking at the...
We
you know,
magically morphed into November in Portland.
Right. So I'm looking at you know, Dialogue's like Facebook page to see if like maybe they've canceled you know, they're like, yeah, we're not gonna have a
Red light out.
yeah, no, you know, we're not gonna have any music. It's fucking raining. So nope. So I go over there anyway. You know, I get there, and I mean, they have, God bless them. I mean, you know, I love those guys. They have like a little 2-channel Behringer mixer that they're trying to use to like run these bands, you know. And I'm like, no, There we go. I've got our phone number up. If you 505-715-6511. If you guys want to call in, maybe tell Billy he's wrong on the trash lettuce and on that all that shit. So
And the ho-hos.
I get there and they're like, I'm helping them. I'm like, hey, they're like wiping off the tables outside to get people so people can come outside because they have the best patio, pretty much bar none by any brewery. So I was like, let me help you wipe off, and they're like, no, that's not your job. You're a customer. I'm like, so I'll help you wipe off all the water. Well, they're like, I was like, can I help you then? And they're like, do you have a better mixer than this? Because they have a 2-channel. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go get this. So I go get our big mixer here.
Even our travel mixer is better.
Right. Set it up, and Sloan, I think, had an issue with one of his cables, and it worked, but it didn't stop working. Like, he couldn't get his guitar to play. And they have a really interesting setup because they have speakers. Like, they I don't know, how do you explain the towers there?
They have metal towers that look like trees.
Yep,
They
there
have
you go.
metal towers that look like trees. And so they have speakers up in them. And, like, I found out last night those are, like, boat speakers. So they don't, short out or anything. So we get Sloan done, and then, like, the red light cameras are going to try to play. So I'm over there, like, it's so busy that the owners and the workers can't do anything. They have to, like, serve beers. People are just lined up at the fucking bar. There's, like, 5 people just, like, pouring beers, And so I'm like, I run up to the bar, and I'm like, hey, do you have a broom? And he's like, it's in the office. So I run over to the office. I get a broom out, run around. I can't go back through the brewery. It's so busy. I have to run around outside.
Come through the back
Come
gate.
through the back way, run over to the stage, and I'm sweeping off puddles of water because I don't want my friends electrocuted to death because there's puddles of water and their cables are going to be running through puddles of water. So then we have to take and move the canopy, lift it and move it, and then put it up where the stage is going. So I help them do that. Then then I'm helping them, set up their stuff. Constantly, like, it rains again, so we sweep off the stage again, and all in all, it ends up the band gets to play, and they played for a good hour and a half. And Elliot comes up and he goes, hey, I want to thank you. And he's like, I don't know how to thank you. I was like, I want one of these shirts. So it's like one of these work shirts. I got one of these work shirts.
Hell yeah!
And then
Nice.
they gave me a $50 gift certificate.
Nice. There
Yeah.
you go.
So yeah, that was fucking awesome. I was like, hell yeah.
No, I'm kind of sad I missed out on the red light cameras because I've been wanting to see them again. But
Yeah.
I tried to go to the UNM football game last night because it was homecoming.
I saw
and
you
decided
put
to do
that, like,
that.
is anyone going to the tailgate? And I was kind of like, ugh.
So we were at the tailgate and it started raining. We managed to find shelter under a tent before jumping in, and the game had been delayed because there was thunder, or lightning in the area. So the game was delayed for a little bit. So we're like, all right, we weren't going to go in until this comes back. And then it just started raining again. And so we just decided, it's like, you know what, we're just going to go home. We had enough fun in the tailgate. And we just up and left. And
You don't just
didn't
get
even see the
fucked up
game.
and just look at the rain.
Well, we did hang out there for quite a bit. And as soon as the rain kind of calmed down, we left.
And well, there was a lot of lightning in that area.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Oh, well, tell me about it. We're over here in this fucking brewery where they have metal trees in the back of it, and everyone's like, what do you think will happen if the lightning hits those? And they're like, oh, they're grounded. And I'm like, they're just grounded, but if fucking lightning hits one, some folks are going to die.
Yeah.
Because, if it's raining and lightning hits the metal, it can skip across the rain, right?
That's true.
Theoretically. I'm sure some scientists can be like, nope.
Call our number.
Call our number if you don't think so. For the next 45 minutes, we'll be doing relationship questions.
Ugh.
Oh, no.
And then we'll stab ourselves in the brain. So, Smiley, how do you feel about the Frontier, Billy thrashing your Frontier hamburger?
That was really unexpected. I always thought of it as a really solid burger. He was going on about how bang for your buck, and it's a good sized burger. It's not that expensive. It tastes good. And he was like,
Trash lettuce and butthole tomatoes.
I like how
and-
you said that. I hate to hammer on Billy. He's not here, but ho-ho. Ho-ho is not good food.
no, it's terrible.
Have you ever had ho-ho, Michael?
No, and I feel like it would be someplace
How
where
did you go to UNM and never have ho-ho?
Because I lived in a sorority house for 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, you got hungry and you're like, I'm broke.
Because we had a cook.
I
You
got.
guys had a cook in the house? Whoa.
Oh well, there you go.
Hold on a second.
For most of the days.
Yeah. So you guys had lunch and dinner?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner Monday through Friday.
How much did that? I mean, was that just included in your dues?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
And like for the girls who lived in the house, and then for the girls who lived out, yeah, there was dues.
What was the food like? Was it good?
It
or
was really good. Like I am actually kind of sad because since it was homecoming, my sorority throws a green chili stew every year, and Maria, who's the cook, who's been the cook for the longest time, is absolutely amazing. She makes the best green chili stew. Unfortunately, we didn't make it.
Why not?
Right at a time, like we're right in the middle of moving, and so.
Oh, you didn't make. Oh, no, the event happened.
The event happened, but I did not make it to the event.
Let's talk about the moving. So you're moving out of your mom's house.
Yes.
You're gonna live on your own for the first time since how long?
I actually moved out of my house in 2014.
Yeah.
And I moved out for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And then some family stuff happened, and I moved back home. And so this is the first time since 2000.
So you're gonna be a lot more poor.
Yes.
So
I'm already feeling that.
But do you feel like that's offset some by the independence?
A little bit. Like it's been one weekend. So.
But I mean, are you excited about that? Like not having to answer.
Yes. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad in the first place, but the drive is better. That's like it's not.
Oh, because you work not far from.
I work downtown, yeah. It's better location wise with what I do with my life, and so it's been a lot better in that way.
I don't want your life. Sorry, that was 8 Mile.
There you go.
I don't want your. No, that was from Varsity Blues. Sorry,
No, you're
mixed up
good.
movies. So you live down. You literally are in the neighborhood now.
I just live down the street.
I'm the odd man out now.
Now you are. You're the one up the hill.
That's okay. See, now when we go out, we're like, so what? So you're over. You said you're by Little Red Hamburger Hut, but aren't you like you said Sawmill Lofts?
It's not Sawmill Lofts. It's actually
Okay.
a house just in the area of the Little Hamburger Hut, like Red Hamburger Hut. I'm not gonna like give out locations. I'm not.
Oh, sure. So it's a house, not an apartment.
Yeah, it's part of a little fourplex
Oh, okay.
kind of a thing, but it's not the Sawmill Lofts.
Party, toga.
But it's a cool little spot. Like we'll have people over as soon as we get everything
yes, you will.
organized.
Toga.
You better.
Like
I'll bring my golf clubs.
there you go.
I'm just kidding. I have the shitty set for parties.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. I
Nice.
do actually though.
So cool neighbors though. We have like one of our neighbors has this massive dog. I can't remember what it is, but
I thought you were gonna say
he's
pool.
like no, unfortunately not a pool. But this dog is like 250 pounds, like just massive dog.
Toga. I'm sorry.
And he's his bark will go for days.
Nice.
And he'll come over and say hi like every morning.
Aw.
He'll walk over like across the alleyway.
So are you far from that cafe that's down there? It's on Mountain because you're
the the bakery.
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
but
No,
okay.
not that one. Which one are you talking about?
There's one that used to be the Boiler Monkey. It's been like 5 things in like the last 2 years.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not that one.
I always called it the cafe with no potential. It's like only 3 tables. It's like you have all 3 tables.
Oh, that
are full.
one.
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
All
No,
3 tables.
I was
are
like,
full.
we are literally like 50 yards away from the Hamburger Hut.
Oh, okay.
Like we are that close.
Oh, and so you have some good. I mean, there's some good places to eat. You have Cocaina Azul.
Yeah.
You have Little Red Hamburger Hut. You have Golden Crown.
Yep. Golden
Um,
Crown. That's what I was thinking of.
I love their pizzas. They make the little pizzas.
Yeah.
The sandwiches are actually really good too. I mean, I hate this is like a whole food episode.
Would you just like walk in here not fed or something?
Right. I don't know. I don't know
The
what
only thing
happened.
I've had to eat today was like 3 pieces of bacon and a bag of popcorn. That's all I've had today because I've been moving.
40-ounce beer,
Like and a lot of beer.
and a blunt.
So I was like, food. Stop
Yeah.
saying food.
So you haven't been here for a while. What is happening besides you moving?
So the weekends I wasn't here. I went to Grand Junction for a wedding or Ouray for one
I
wedding.
swear to God, how many more friends can you have that are getting married?
I know.
I've never seen someone that goes to more weddings.
No, I don't. It was just those 2. That was it. Just those two.
I'm just saying, since I've known you, you've gone to more weddings than any human I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. So we
Do you
had,
dread those, or those things? Do you
Eh.
like them?
I do. I mean, I enjoy them. I mean, they're fun.
Really?
I love weddings.
The Ure wedding. I
Am
didn't
I the
know.
only one that's-
I didn't know anybody at that one. That was my friend's, her friend's wedding.
Yeah.
That I went with her.
I feel
with
like
her
you're just
too.
going, like you look on Craigslist and it's like, oh, there's a wedding.
Let's go find another
So
wedding.
Go to a wedding.
Free beer. No.
I've been in 7.
See, I've only been
I've
in.
been in a lot. Yeah.
I've only been in 3, and 2 of them were for my brother.
I don't want to be in anymore. That's a thing for me.
Really?
Yeah, the last one, I kind of got balled over on the money and everything.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember that one.
And it was like I thought I was like I thought like I was gonna be like one of 3 dudes or 4 dudes, and I was like 13th, literally 13th down the line. Yeah.
When you have that many groomsmen, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's dumb.
This
like,
is much.
That's no.
This is
There's
my
no point.
groom's
to it.
army.
If like the bride, like, and usually it's like the bride has that many bridesmaids, or it's
Yeah.
actually for one of my friends, it was her husband had too many groomsmen, so she needed to find more bridesmaids in that fashion,
Or cut off some of the groomsmen.
right?
Or just
it was just
fucking
uncalled for,
get married,
unheard of.
you and your spouse or your partner and 3 people watching and a person that
The preacher, the witness, and you two.
yeah,
The
and then go on a badass honeymoon. That's my thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
The magic number I've always seen in the weddings I've been in is a best man, 3 groomsmen,
Yeah.
maid of honor,
Mm-hmm.
and
3 bridesmaids.
Yeah,
I had this
it
conversation.
looks great in photos.
yeah,
You always have enough people to help you out because they're basically your slaves at the wedding,
right.
and that's the magic number is 4 on each side.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good in photos. There's not too many people. Everyone has a responsibility.
I had a friend that he got married, and his wife now had saved money from the time she was 5 for her wedding, and so she had over $20,000 just for the wedding, right?
One, that's smart thinking, but 2, what the hell?
What the hell, right?
It's really the age that freaks me out on that one.
Well, so
I'm
yeah.
gonna save for it.
Well, I mean, her family started saving.
Oh, okay.
And so then she just kept going. So she has $20,000 by the time she's ready to get married. And so they have the wedding.
Down payment on a house
Right.
at that point. I'm like,
Right. So they have the wedding, but don't have enough money for the honeymoon. How does that make sense? You have $20,000. So I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, we've as a society, there's so many fucking TV shows, Yes to the Dress, the fucking Bridezilla, or whatever, that you think you have to spend this money on all this crazy shit
For one day.
one day, and it has to be perfect. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there talking to my coworker about this, and I'm like, you spend $5,000 on the wedding, and then have $15,000 go spend $5,000 on a honeymoon, and then $10,000 on the house down payment.
yeah, that's
That seems like right. But then she's like, well, it would be hard for me because if whenever I get married, I have so many relatives that have to go. And I'm like, fuck those people.
well. Also,
And
all you have to
they
do is
have to make their
feed
way.
them.
Yeah.
yeah.
All you got to do is feed them.
So the
Yeah.
second
It's
wedding
up
I
to
went
them
to
RSVP.
was the second wedding I went to was in Durango. I paid for what I paid for. I paid for 2 nights of a condo, and that was it. All the food was taken care of for pretty much the entire day. Like we got some breakfast and lunch stuff for like the condo because we had a full kitchen and stuff, which was nice.
Right.
But like our dinners, like we went to the wedding rehearsal and we went to the wedding dinner, and then we stayed one more night. We actually stayed an extra night, and that was a whole family dinner. So we
Yeah.
but it was a family affair. Everybody pitched in
It's a
on that
family
stuff.
affair.
Well,
Like
also,
they
it's-
booked out and they rented out an entire lodge in Durango, and so they had a complete run of it for the entire weekend
Yeah.
or for
That's
an
cool.
entire week.
That's kind of cool.
But
And
it's-
so that I was like, that's probably the smartest way to do it.
yeah.
It's kind of a given that if you have to travel to get to there, you don't have to give them a wedding present.
That's like a gray area because for some people,
I'm with
for
you.
me, it was.
If you live in town or within a day's drive, you get a wedding present. If I have to travel like on the plane, my presence is your present.
Thank you.
That's how it was when for the first one we went to, we got them like a little like gymnastic, fantastic like game because they love board games. It was
okay.
ridiculously stupid. It was like
Yeah.
it was a decent gift.
I feel
For the second one, is like I've had to book a $300 condo. Like it's just I can't.
I might
can't do this
provide
now.
a bottle of liquor for your bar. Here
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Have an open bar, but everybody bring a fifth.
No,
Yeah,
you can do that.
I'm helping you guys out with your thing here.
Yeah.
I had to travel cross country. This is what you get.
but then I was talking
get a
to
bottle
my
of Jameson.
coworker. She was telling me the last wedding she went with to her family, the open bar alone was $15,000, and I'm like, man, fuck, who the fuck? I'm like, man,
If
you got railed on that. Have it in your back. Someone's got a grandparent with a really beautiful backyard. I'm sorry, you do somewhere.
Yeah.
Or a friend. Ask them if you can use their backyard for the wedding. You know, maybe compensate them
for the reception. Or
My
something,
brother,
yeah.
Get 3 fucking kegs from a local craft brewery. You know.
for my brother's wedding, they rented out
$15,000, really?
for my brother's
Just for the open bar.
for my brother's wedding. They found a really nice art gallery and just rented it for the day.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It cost them like
For
$300.
my brother's wedding, they did an Airbnb. They rented
Yeah.
it out. It was
Oh, nice.
$2,400 for the weekend. We had it for like 4 nights,
Yeah.
or 3 or 4 nights, and then we just applied for one night. We did just beer,
Okay.
and then the next for the actual wedding, we had 2 kegs
Oh, yeah.
and wine and margaritas, and it was it. Like we were still trying to finish the kegs like for the next week.
Now, I don't want people to think that we hate things. So if you want to invite the Tendering Minimum crew to your Albuquerque wedding with an open bar, we will come.
I
We
might
will be
bartend.
there.
We will fuck that shit up. I fucked up an open. You say open bar, and I'm like Farva from Super Troopers. Open bar, dude.
Or beer fest, just beer fest.
I will.
Nice.
I will every time I go to the bar take someone with me because I will order 4 drinks for myself at an open bar situation.
Best open bar situation I've been in, where like they the first Blackbird employee party
Yes, I've been to one of these.
took place at the Atomic Cantina,
Oh gosh.
and the change off was that their employee party would take place at the Blackbird. They figured that like a dozen people on a Sunday, so limited amount of time to drink anyway, would not do the amount of damage that we did.
Do they knew you were
We went-
from another bar?
We went through $5,000 in the first hour and a half.
Oh my god!
Which is what
Oh, yeah.
the owners of the Blackbird had put down as the payment, like, $5,000, no problem.
yeah.
And after we had done like enough shots of Patron to take out
Oh,
both
yeah.
bottles that they had,
Yeah.
they eventually, before last call, asked us to leave because as a group we had picked up the stage and moved it to the left to see if it had actually bolted down. And they're all, you guys need to leave. That's it. You guys just need to leave. You've already drank like
well over.
Yeah.
according to Joe, it was like $8,000
Oh, yeah.
of booze,
I
and
believe
then
it.
we got kicked out because we moved the stage.
What's funny about that is like, so Smiley didn't work at Blackbird anymore by this point. So I got a special invitation. They would have their employee Christmas party
Yeah.
in the summertime because during the wintertime was their slow season, so it was difficult to pay for the party
Yeah.
during Christmas. So they would do it in the summertime, and they would do it like in the middle of the week. So I get invited. I get a special invitation to the Blackbird. This is how, like, whenever people, like, we talk back in the day, we used to talk about the Blackbird, and I used to have friends that were like, man, when I come to Albuquerque, I'm going to go check that place out. You guys talk about it a lot. We went there so much, I got invited to the employee Christmas party. So I'm there, and then all of a sudden I turn and I look, and there's Smiley there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, Smiley, you got invited to the employee Christmas party? And he, like, looks at me and he goes, huh? And I go, this is the employee Christmas party. And he goes, Oh, all right. That's why no one else is in here. He just walked in, and nobody said anything. They never said a word to him. Nothing, because he used to work there. So
just straight up free drinks.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
So
ding,
he and I are there, and they had what's that Indian restaurant? Taj Mahal. They had Taj Mahal cater, which was I kind of feel Taj Mahal's like not great but good enough. They had pretty decent food.
Yeah.
It's not as good as that one that's on the west side. I can't think what it's called right
It's
now.
not amazing, but I've never had something bad from
No.
there.
But it's not as good as that one that's on the west side. I can't think.
And I think I know which one we were talking about,
and they
but I
just
can't
put
think of the
one
name either.
down the street from you. Same place. I can't think of what it is. Billy's going to chime in and be like, "Well, God damn it, it's this place." But it's a buffet, and it's the best buffet in town. And it's Indian food. But anyway, so they have that, right? And man, I don't know what damage we did to that place. But I've been there I was at Blackbird many a time where there was free. I remember one night, it was after midnight on a Sunday. I mean, the place is closed. You're not going to fucking arrest them now.
Yeah.
It was well after it closed. We were they shut the back. We had a private party. And it was me and Joey and like 3 or 4 other people. And we went well over $500 in a couple hours. Just boom, boom. We were just firing out. I mean, we were drinking beer. We lit that shit up. So I could light I'd say the best shit we ever lit up.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons the Atomic Cantina incident is one of the reasons that Blackbird just started having their employee parties at their own place.
Sure.
Blackbird, because
Because they're like, well, apparently when we let you go to other people's places, you just act like insane people. I had to keep one of the other bartenders from peeing directly in front of the Atomic. She was just gonna squat. She's all, everyone surround me. I'm taking a pee right here.
Oh
And we're like,
and it was the
no,
Atomic.
no.
It was the
bro,
Atomic,
no.
Wait.
Let's at least make it another block away.
which is now like a Chinese food restaurant.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I'd say the best we ever did, and I've told this story before, but I really enjoy this story, is when I was a kid growing up. I blame my parents for this. When I was a kid growing up, whenever we would well, you may not have, but Michael may have. Did your family ever have like a weekend getaway place where you'd go to, like a go-to place?
Not really, no.
We had a campsite we'd go to.
Well, that's when you
every
didn't have a
once in while.
house.
Well, okay. Well, we didn't have a getaway.
Sometimes.
We didn't have a house.
But before that happened,
But we would
No,
go,
I'm talking like you went out of town for the weekend. You had like a go-to.
we would go to Fort Sumner. We would
Fort
go
Sumner,
Fort
okay.
Sumner Lake.
So my family, it was Lubbock, Texas, and it was the Barcelona courts. We would go out, like, hey, kids, we're going to go out of town this weekend. We're going to go to Barcelona courts. And we'd stay the whole weekend and go to the mall and go do whatever, shopping, whatever, and have fun, just kind of, and swim and all that shit. Well, when I was a kid growing up, you go to the Barcelona courts there, and if you were staying there, they had 2 things for free. They had the free breakfast, and then from 5 to 7, they had free happy hour for 2 hours. And my parents,
I love those hotels.
Yeah,
that do that.
And my parents would always like, well, you guys go swim, and we're going to go to the happy hour, and we're going to drink for 2 hours.
You just flash your room badge.
Yep.
You're all.
So, smash cut, Chris is in college. We're planning our formal, and our formal's always out of town. Does anybody have any ideas? I do. Let's go to Barcelona Courts in Lubbock. Why do we want to go there? They have a free happy hour from 5 to 7 if you pay for your room. We're going to look into that. Sure enough, we get a room there.
But
we get the formal there.
And you never went there again.
Not true. We went there under a false name the second time. So we go, and they said that they had never served so much vodka. They served 15 gallons of vodka in 2 hours. Because we're just like, I was like, I need, because it's Texas. They didn't have the 2 drink hold thing. I was like, I'll have 3 cherry vodka sours because I could hold 3 cherry vodka, because they only had like certain drinks they made. And I was like, okay, it's beer. There was like a bunch of vodka drinks. So I was like, 3 cherry vodka sours, please.
You might as well just tell your bartender to start making these by the pitcher.
Pitcher, yeah. And we, for 2 hours, we're just getting blasted. And this is before dinner. So then we make dinner, and people are like, we threw a dude in the fountain. I have photos of this. Threw a dude in the fountain. Then later on, after I've seen a lot of boobies, I went back to my room, and my roommate's stuff is all gone. And I'm like, does anybody know where my roommate is? And like, oh, he got thrown out. Him and Justin and blah, blah, blah. 5 people got thrown out.
From the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
They were like,
evicted. And what had happened was like they were being loud and crazy, and the security guard told them to any more outbursts, they were going to throw them out.
pack it in or get out.
So then
I worked in a hotel. I know what the protocol is.
The last straw is like the elevator was glass and you could see it from the outside, and they saw a cowboy hat and they thought it was one of our brothers, Farnell. So they wet a towel, and as soon as the door opened, they threw it and hit him in the face, and it was the security guard. He's like, out of here.
Yep. That would do it.
So they threw them all out, and the story later was they all went to the 5 people that got thrown out. They all went to they went and found a motel, and they used a fake name because you could back in those days, and they destroyed the room that they were in. That's what happens when you have free 5 to 7 free.
That's why most places don't do that.
Open bar, dude.
It's okay. The worst I ever did is nowhere near like that. But I stayed at a hotel in
Alex Montoya, call in
Denver that had the same thing, like free happy hour to hotel guests. And me and my girlfriend at the time, yeah, I'm pretty sure we killed like a liter, like a liter bottle each.
Oh, Jesus.
From the bar.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what's the most effective alcohol delivery system? Martinis! Yeah! So there's not even mixer in there.
Right.
Oh,
and
God.
so over like 2 appetizers and a liter each, I went and bought, because in like downtown Denver, they have a wonderful shopping district right there.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I bought so much random shit. Like I got back with like shopping, like the next morning, like there's just shopping bags in my hotel room. I'm
Spread
like,
it out everywhere.
what the hell did we buy?
Did you go take it all back?
Well, no, we were incredibly hungover, and I don't think there was even receipts or anything. So the only reason I know that we bought those is because the money was missing from my account. Well, we might have stolen some of this stuff. This is really random.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, that's the worst I've done on a.
I have a good wedding story. One of the last weddings I went to. One of the last fun ones I went to. My friend got married. So this was before they made it legal to get married if you're gay to get married in New Mexico. So he had like a. What do you call it? Like, what was the ceremonies they had? I don't know why I'm looking at Michael for this.
Like companion ceremony.
Yes, that. So he had that. So before that, he had like a bachelor party, and so he gets a limo, and we all go to the strip club. And by the way, if you're ever gonna go to the strip club, go to the strip club with gay men. They are allowed to do anything. Like, they can do whatever you want. So we keep drinking, and we get back to the hotel room that. The guy, it's my friend Eric, and he's been on the show before. If you listen to way back episodes, we used to call him Big Gay Eric because he was a big dude, like he was like King Hippo big. So we get back to the hotel room, and they have the couch bed out, like folded out.
Yeah.
And he decides that like he's gonna wrestle me, and so we start punching, and he starts punching me, and it's not hurting, and I start to realize like he's gonna gas himself out here in a second. So he does. And so immediately I start laughing, and I turn him around, and I start socking him in the belly as much as I can. Then he gets mad. Like, he gets mad that I just, like, placated him like this. So he grabs me in a bear hug and drags me over, and we fall and hit the corner of the bed, and it's the hide-a bed, and it just goes, and just bends down. Just, it just folds. It just buckles because
that's a lot of weight and momentum there.
I'm a good 270 and he's probably a good 340, and so we take that bed down. We take that bed down a notch. The people downstairs were probably like, so the fuck. Here's the best part is like we're loud as fuck, and I'm like, oh man, they're gonna throw us out. And Eric, who's from Tucumcari, his last name's Lujan. He goes, not a chance. There's a Mexican wedding here. There's no way they're throwing us out. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. and he was right. Because like they had the Mexican wedding like in the foyer, and I kind of like walked out on the balcony and kind of checked it out, and there was like literally a person in the audience wearing full Lakers jersey and shorts in the crowd. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
New Mexico.
I was like,
I would probably even notice that.
my best open bar was just like the first weekend I went to Colorado this weekend. It was in Ouray. We were in a historic hotel. They rented out pretty much the entire hotel and had an open bar through, like, the wedding was supposed to start at 5:30, and they had an open bar before and like after the ceremony.
Okay.
And you had like you can go into like the groom like the best like the groomsmen's like
Wow,
hotel room.
They usually wait till
Oh,
after
man.
the
Oh, no.
ceremony.
Oh,
Wow.
wait. So we were like, even like, we didn't discover the open bar until a little bit before the ceremony. So we were in the groomsmen's room. And they had a full kitchen with pretty much like vodka, whiskey, all the makings for a drink like those. kind of drinks.
Yeah.
So we have those drinks. And then they're like, all right, it's getting close to time. Like, we're already like a half hour behind like the ceremony time. And they're like, grab a drink and find a seat. Like, we all had a drink in our hand during the ceremony.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like, because it was in the courtyard of this hotel. And it
I'm
was
used to
fairly
like
small.
the secretive like flask that someone always has.
Oh, no, I was sipping my beer right,
Oh,
right
that's
there during
phenomenal.
the ceremony. And so that happens, and then it's open bar.
Open bar, dude.
And so I'm drinking whiskey gingers. Like,
Ooh.
the friend I went with is drinking old fashions. Like, we're like going at it.
That's a wedding.
We took over the entire town. Like, my friend and I, we actually had no place to stay in Ouray that night.
Yeah.
Like, we lost out on our chances to book anything. So we were basically going on the hopes that we would find like a couch or a extra
yeah.
bed or just a floor.
See, that's
And so, sure enough,
that's Greek life right there.
one
that's,
of my
that's
friends,
a Greek idea.
my friends, the girl I went with, she had some friends who had a spare bed, and so we went and crashed out there, and we had a bed to sleep in that night. But like we drank that I don't know how much alcohol we had, and the theme drink, and I guess it's like a traditional drink for this group of friends, is called an orange crush.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm not really sure what's in it.
Let's find out.
And I don't know even if it's like a mainstream one. Like, I don't know.
They
if
may have like made it.
They made it themselves, but you were gonna have an orange crush or two that night,
Okay.
and it wasn't
If
bad.
it's anything like Super Tang, then it's amazing.
Fill a pint glass with crushed ice. Pour orange flavored vodka, triple sec, and orange juice over ice
No, that's it.
with lemon lime soda.
That's
That
pretty
makes
much
sense.
it. Yeah.
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 Orange crush. Yeah.
So yeah, we were
Interesting.
having those. We had those the entire weekend.
Okay.
Orange, and orange.
Yep. That makes. I probably should call Dave and let him know that we're all coming. Are you gonna go to Clovis Portalis with us, Michael, this year? Will you be making the trek?
I don't know yet.
It's a lot of fun.
I know it's a lot of fun. I would
It
really
is,
like to
totally.
go. Like, I have
For not
no
much
idea.
money. Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but Picosa, I'm definitely down for that guy. That one.
I'm thinking maybe if we can talk Billy's friend in to let us go the night before. That way we can get up and then do the show. He wants us to do it early because I forget that it's like an actual place that closes like at a certain time. And then I would like to go to the hot springs.
Yeah.
If you've never been there, have you been to the ones at the hot springs?
I've been there with some friends. They went into the hot springs.
Yeah.
I did not. Can't remember why. I
Oh,
didn't.
really? It's great. Like,
But no, I know it's great.
We didn't pay last time for the hot springs because we had VIP passes, but like it's one of those places where they have like 18 pools, you know,
Yeah.
and then they serve alcohol, and you're like, okay, and you'll go get like one of those Miller Lights like that, and it's like $5-6. You're like, oh, all right, that's not bad, and you're in a pool of like. You're like, you know,
Yeah.
drinking a beer. It was great. I loved it. I mean, it smells like farts, but you know.
Well, I actually, sulfur is one of my favorite smells. So
Oh, okay. So
Nice.
yeah. So then you'll be
It
fine.
works great for you.
So you'll be fine.
I'll be in Wonderland. I'll be like, smell that sulfur.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Just a deep breath, Smiley.
What was I talking? We were talking about weddings, and there was something I wanted to bring up. It's funny, like how you say, like we just like went and we're like, you know, wherever we don't even have a place to stay. It's like, I don't even know if it's that bohemian lifestyle where like I've grown up with that, like from college and whatever. there's so many times where we would like, show up to like, who does that? Where you're like, we're gonna show up to such and such's wedding. I don't know where we're staying. We're just gonna do it.
My friend does that. Like, we went to Denver this past weekend.
It happens. I mean,
and we were like, she's like, oh, I have a friend. Like, we'll have a place to stay by the time we get there.
Right.
And sure enough, we did. And that friend actually let us sleep in her bed, like her king size bed, while she slept on the fold out couch.
Jesus. Did she
I'm
fall
like,
and hit the
what?
edge and bend it down?
No.
That was so funny.
Yeah, it was like, wait, you're gonna let us stay here for free? Like, no, nothing, and also give us your king size bed.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like you tried to take it home with you.
No. I mean, you're there that one night. I feel like, in life.
My car was jam packed.
Yeah. I feel like in life, I have a lot of those experiences. And, there's people that, are out there and they're like, wow, I can't imagine living like that. But it's like, fuck it. Sometimes you just say, fuck it. I mean, if you don't have children, you don't have whatever, and you just roll with it and you say go, and, you're there.
I've thought of doing that a couple of times.
Yeah. And it's an interesting way to live, but, it's also rewarding and fun sometimes.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm going to say 75% of the time when I'm traveling, I rely on luck.
Luck. Yeah.
And I can get anxiety half the time with that because I don't do that. I'm a very much like planned person. Like, I want to plan set in place before I do anything.
It's tough.
But the other half of my mind is like, just fuck it. Just do it. Just go wherever you want to.
Yeah.
And so
take another shot and figure it out.
Yeah. I just want to get one of those, like, those little tiny homes and something to drag it and go wherever. And that's what I want to do.
Get you a little, like, Airstream or something. Yeah.
Not even just an Airstream, an actual little, legitimately, like, tiny home.
Those tiny homes, yeah.
That you can just set down somewhere for, like, a stint.
Do you think you could live in one of those tiny homes?
Oh, yeah.
I bet Smiley could.
Yeah.
He has some stuff he'd have to get rid of, but...
I was like...
I've been slowly getting rid of my stuff for years now.
The girl I'm seeing right now, I don't think it would happen because we would have an entire, like, extension of her closet because she has that many clothes. But I
she lived in, like, a Volkswagen van.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
See, no, actually, that
and
is
even with that, like, half of her closet was in Denver and half of her closet was in, like, different places.
That is actually something that would... If I lived in a tiny house, half of it would be a closet.
Yeah.
Because I have... my clothes that are in storage,
I believe that.
My clothes that are in my bedroom, the hallway closet, and part of the other bedroom's closet.
Oh, I believe that. You have a wide world. I mean, I've seen you wear, like, the same T-shirt a couple times, but not very often.
No.
You have a pretty wide, and you don't really fluctuate in your weight, so.
No, that's true. Also, I mean, so much of it is for...
weird things for me to say to another man. Weird things for me to say to another man.
So much of it is... you wouldn't even notice if they were different, like...
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you guys. So,
I own 4 pairs of pants that are exactly this pair of pants.
Yeah.
And that's the same for almost all my pants.
I forgot to tell you. I'm going to get these shirts made.
Yay!
Sweet.
I have a guy who he not only said he would make them, he actually asked if he could make them.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, we're gonna get if you've seen the picture, I'll put it up on our Facebook. If you've ever seen the movie Baby Driver, I made a poster of the Baby Driver poster. I remade it with all of us on it, and everywhere I go, people are like, "I want that T-shirt." So I hopefully will make it, and people will buy it. But I got a guy that the last place I wasn't really impressed with, so that's why I haven't made new shirts. And I think I've found the guy, and he's like, yeah, I want to make that shirt. He's like, I saw it, and as soon as I saw it, I wanted to make it, and I can't really. We got a phone call. The deal's too hard to pass up. So, you are on 10 drink minimum.
What's up?
Who is speaking?
Should I make up a name? Oh, come on, man, it's Alex.
Oh, this is my friend Alex, though. I used to work with. We don't work together anymore because he sucks.
I don't really work, that's why.
Lazy. How are things? Can you tell us your best open bar story?
Open bar?
Have you ever been to a privy to an open bar?
Yeah, but it was pretty prestige. So, I mean, it was one of those where you can't really act up because you'll get kicked out kind of thing.
You were in the military.
So,
Tell me
oh,
what you guys...
I've got bar stories,
Yeah.
you know? Bar stories, definitely bar stories.
Well,
But
I
I
mean,
did like that topic about living in a tiny house because I kind of get familiarized with that.
Okay.
We used to live in, 5x8 coffin racks. So there's these like little things that like you sleep on, and when you get up in the morning, you jump out of them and you lift them up, and there's all your clothes. I mean, you got to fold them a certain way. You have to, you know what I mean. So you can't have all this space. So I can definitely probably pull off a tiny house. If I
Yeah.
want to, you know what I
There
mean?
you go.
Is it a reason why you can't? You have to fold your clothes a certain way. Your wife will she'll beat you. Is that why?
Well, she probably would beat me, but that was back when I was in the service. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
So you had to travel lightly.
So
know?
you were in the service. Which branch?
I was in the Navy, and I was on the USS Carl Vinson.
Oh,
Joe Vinson. Yeah, she's monstrous shit, but she's awesome. I love her.
very
You know?
cool. So you guys,
Yeah.
you didn't go to any
Go ahead.
weddings of your former Navy guys where you guys had open bar and did crazy shit?
No, I was pretty mellow back in the day. No, that's not true. We did go to some bars overseas where, we get in some pretty hellacious bar fights, kind of like that you would see in the movies. With people, chairs, like that. Now that was a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The locals didn't like us very much, when we were out there, especially when their girlfriends would want to hang out with us.
Did you ever do that thing where you grabbed a guy by the back of his shirt and you just ran him across the bar?
I did see somebody try to do the breaking bottle thing, but it didn't work out very good. You know what I mean? Like you break the bottle.
Break a bottle over a person's head.
break-
Oh
It never does.
Yeah.
no,
They
it
don't
just
break
bounces.
like in the movies. You know what I mean? They pretty much cut somebody's head open and the bottle stays whole. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah, that's sugar glass. That doesn't work.
Yeah. And that's pretty gangster in itself. It'd be like hitting somebody in the head with a baseball bat. It doesn't it's probably something that gets you put in jail for.
Right. No.
And then when shore patrol would come, you'd take off running, man. You'd fly out of there because you definitely didn't want to go to break. So it was just like in a movie, just like you see in a movie.
Wow.
It was pretty fun.
Do you have a lot of good
How are you?
times?
Hey, drinking enough for everybody?
What's that?
Are you guys drinking enough for everybody?
We've got our we've never really showed it, but off
Yeah.
to the right of me, we actually have a beer vending machine. I'm not kidding. And
That's pretty awesome.
if you look up Coors Light vending machine, you'll find it. It has a kick. This is all via Smiley.
Yeah.
If you actually, it has a kick pedal on it. You actually kick the pedal, and it'll dispense a beer.
Also, it will talk to you.
Yes.
Speaking of
I
which, can I
totally
have a
would love to have one of those in my house or in my
Right.
garage. You know what I mean?
But it's one of those things. Whenever I tell people that I have one, they always go, "Of course you do." Like, yeah, of course I
Well,
do.
I would love to have one of those in a jukebox, like the old-fashioned, 50s jukebox. You just
Wurlitzer?
walk up. Yeah, you just push the buttons and you can, got some good tunes going on and walk up to your kegerator or your
Yeah.
beer dispenser
There's,
and just grab some food.
I think it's like what Wurlitzer, and then there's Rockola. I think
I
that's
wonder how much one of those things would cost, man. I bet you they're pretty pricey.
pretty pricey because you can't even hardly find them anymore. There was somebody that posted the other day here that was like, what bars in town actually jukeboxes
Jukebox,
anymore?
yeah.
And there was like 4 places that people could think of
Well,
in
and
all of
some
Albuquerque.
some of them weren't even bars. Like the 66 Diner has a great one, but they don't serve alcohol.
Yeah. Well, boo to that place. We're not going to show up there.
No, it's like how dare you? How dare you not have
How
booze?
dare you have an establishment that doesn't sell alcohol?
Exactly.
Yes.
I can't bring my family there. Come on.
Yeah. My kid will just be like, "Dad, where's your beer?"
Right? Right, Dad. It's not tonight. What else you guys up to, man? What you guys got going on tonight?
Can you name your top 3 hamburger places in Albuquerque?
Drake's actually used to be one of my favorites.
Used to be.
Used to be. But when they went corporate, man, that stuff just went downhill.
When
I
the Blake's
it-
guy died.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a bad place to go to. And now it's not too bad. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'd say Fuddruckers is probably one of my favorites. They got a pretty good burger, and then I can eat. I can eat. So I'll go for those 1 pounders and just pretty much take care of it in one sitting. So
You need to do the 3-pound challenge.
3-pound challenge.
What? They have one?
I think
They
so.
just did it. There'll be another one in the spring. But they do a 3-pound burger challenge.
I should start prepping for that.
Do it.
I bet you could take 3 pounds in your
I was
mouth.
like, I've done it, and I did horrible, but I've done it.
Wow.
Really? You think I could take 3 pounds of meat, Chris?
I think so. He's all, let me see if I can put my fist in my mouth. I can.
That'll work. I'm totally going to try it. That'd be fun. Then you guys can put it on the air, and we can laugh later.
I'm laughing now.
I don't know. I think that's probably... I'm going to...
What is your feeling?
Go ahead.
What is your feeling on the Frontier burger?
Frontier hamburger.
Frontier green chili cheeseburger.
Yes.
I think I've only had it one time. I'm more of the cinnamon roll kind of guy when I go there. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a must. But I don't know about that place. I think that's more of a... I didn't go to UNM when I went to college, so I think it was hard for me to go out, make the drive to just go to Frontier. If you're from Albuquerque, you tend to take a lot of that stuff for granted. You know what I mean? Like the Balloon Fiesta and, stuff that people are so amazed about outside our state. We're just like, no big deal. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you feel that way, because I'm one of those Balloon Fiesta people. Whenever I go to, like, people talk about it, they're like, oh, you going to go to the Balloon Fiesta? I go, no.
It's just a hassle.
I think we just take it for granted. And a lot of my friends, like from other states, stuff like that, they're like, oh, man, the Balloon Fiesta looks so cool. I'm like,
For us,
see them all the time.
For us, it's just shitty traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
People who can't drive in the fucking left lane on the freeway.
It just screws with our morning commute to work is terrible. We definitely do take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But has anybody been to the new Cabela's yet?
I haven't. I saw it. I saw that it opened.
Oh goodness.
Is it good?
That must be. I haven't gone yet, but I've heard that it doesn't have all the fancy aquariums and stuff like that. I heard it. So
that's always Albuquerque.
I was like, damn it, we get gypped.
So that's always Albuquerque for me. We always get fucked.
Come on,
you have to go to the one in Denver for that shit.
Well, I feel the same way about Dave & Buster's. Like they're like, we're gonna get a Dave & Buster's. So then you go to the Dave & Buster's, and it's the shittiest Dave & Buster's ever. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
I mean, come on, give us something. I mean, you took the beach water park from us, you know.
Yeah. Have you been to the main event?
The main event, is that the one on right there off the freeway on Pan American?
So that place.
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay, that place is what the Dave & Buster's should have fucking been like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got a kick-ass laser tag though. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then they have like a thing like over the video games where you can like, I don't know how you explain it, but like you hook in and walk over the, like, what do you call it? An obstacle course over the video games. Yeah. Then there's bowling. Yeah. Then there's a full bar. Then there's a full pizza restaurant in there. And then there's bowling. Yep. And then you go to the Dave & Buster's and you're like, yay.
Well, and their food is actually pretty good. The few times that I've been there, I've eaten, and it's pretty good food. So I mean, is it
better than the Hooters food?
Hooters has totally gone downhill.
You know what? Here's what we need to do. What are the best? Like, I mean, they're all awful, but what is the best top 3 chain restaurant food that you eat?
You
know,
that's something to think about. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, you know me, Chris. I'll eat a teriyaki chicken bowl like pretty much every day.
Well, yeah, but that's like Albuquerque, though. I don't think that's outside of Albuquerque, is it?
I know, but I don't really eat a lot of chain stuff like that.
So I had a coworker the other day, and I laughed in his face so hard. He goes, it was raining really badly, and so they live on the west side. Him and the other coworker, you know, one of them. And anyway, they were like talking about like how bad the traffic's going to be. And they just kept going and kept going. Finally, I was like, dude, fuck it. Go to get a beer, wait it out, and then go home. Don't, rather than sit in traffic, burn gas. And he goes, you know what? That's a great idea. I could stop for a beer. There is an Applebee's on the way home.
Oh no!
And I went,
no,
Applebee's.
no.
And I looked at him, and let's call him Brian. And I said, Brian,
Okay.
I'd like to talk to you about your life choices. And he goes, what? And I said, I told you need to stop and just have a beer. And in this city where we have some of the most amazing beer in the world, you're going to go to Applebee's.
Yeah.
And
We pretty much
He's
created
like,
a
"What?"
microbrewery. I mean, that's a bad choice or a bad decision
Yeah.
on his part. You know what I mean? There's mini brew pubs everywhere, man. You know,
Everywhere.
You just stop in, have a little drink, and feel fine. You know.
Yeah. Wait out the traffic, then go home. And then you're like, yeah, I didn't get home till like 6:30, but yeah, it was all right. I had a couple beers, you know. I feel good.
That's almost like throwing a party and just serving everybody like Corona or Michelob. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to call you out for a second. I have to call you out though.
What's up?
I asked you what your top 3 chain restaurants were, and you stumbled, and I think you're about to realize which one you should have said first.
Which one would that be?
Come on. Which one did you make me go to?
Huh?
Which one did you guys make me go to more than any chain restaurant I've ever been to in my entire life? Oh, my God.
I'm stumped, dude. Popeyes, maybe?
Popeyes?
Come on, we eat a lot.
What's the place that you want to die in?
You gotta give me a hint.
We went on Mike's going away party.
BJ's?
Oh my God.
Where do we go? Oh, Ojos Locos.
Ojos Locos. These motherfuckers
Yeah.
made me go to Ojos Locos.
What?
Do you know? Smiley doesn't even know what it is.
I know. I do know what it is.
You do know what it is.
What? No.
Ojos Locos. They
Ojos
love this
Locos.
place, which I get why they like this place. Can you explain why you like the place?
There's TNA everywhere, pretty much. that's the bottom line.
My favorite thing is Ojos
But
Locos.
you know what's crappy, Chris? And this, I'll be honest with you. What's crappy is, so every time you walk into one of these places, and I don't know if it's just my luck, and you can remember from the last time we went to Hooters, there's all the pretty girls helping everybody else. But what kind of waitress do we get, Chris?
Not
all
the
the
hot
time.
one. Not the hot
The
one.
worst one. The worst one. And you look around and you see the girls are like, you know, all jiggly with the.
Maybe that was
patrons, and
because
ours are
they saw us coming. They were like, ugh.
Yeah, they're like, what do you want? We're like, first of all, you know what I mean? Come
Yes.
on. Why can't I make good life choices when it comes to that?
I don't know.
Why?
You made me go to Ojos Locos. That's not a. Well, first of all, the first time you guys made me go there, it was when Mexico was playing Canada in soccer, which to me is like when the junior varsity plays a college team in soccer, and everyone there rooting for Mexico went nuts every time they scored a goal against Canada, and I was like, really? You're excited about this victory here, you know? I thought it was funny. I don't know.
And we were so outnumbered that, I mean, we weren't even there to watch the soccer game. We were just there to you know, look at girls or women and drink the beer. That's it.
We never, okay, Michael, we never one time ever got the 100-ounce beer.
No?
Nope. Which
Why
is,
not?
nope, because we would go there for lunch, and you can't drink and then go back to work.
And then, you know?
Well, see, the funny part is our friend Kevin he's from Las Vegas, New Mexico, not Las Vegas, Nevada, and he
the real thing.
He was Hispanic and he liked the Hispanic ladies, and he would not let us take like a long lunch, but if we were going to Ojo Locos, he would let us take a long lunch because he liked to go there. Oh yeah.
And he would pretty much. It was usually Fridays because we got the longer lunch on Fridays. And it was like, he was all about it. But then, homeboy gets a girlfriend, and I guess she clamped down on him, and that was it.
Moving in together.
You know? Those trips were over.
Moving in together.
You know? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, man. I gotta let you go because we're gonna finish up here.
All right, brother. Well, it was
All
good talking to you guys.
Good talking to you.
I'm glad I got to call in and BS with you guys a little bit.
All right, man.
It's a lot of fun.
Thanks.
All right, Chris. You be good. Why
All
don't you give me a holler tomorrow, though?
I will.
Okay,
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, that's my old coworker. He was always like, I want to be on the show, and so I was like, Deb, call in, call in, man, be on the show.
It is a call-in show.
It is a call-in show.
Do take phone calls.
We do take phone calls from time to time. Man, we're getting there. We're at the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to like now know that there's an Albuquerque community of podcasts out there. So now I know who to destroy. I'm just kidding.
Right? In the alibi.
In the alibi. We're the best. Let me tell you something. City on the edge. I'm just kidding. No. I really had a really good time working with some of those cats. There's one, though, I really want to point out. We had a good time with. The very first one we watched.
Squaring the Strange.
Squaring the Strange. That was a really good show.
They were awesome. I'm
not saying anyone else wasn't
half
good.
the time.
But they were like, they had my attention. And it was a show about two guys. One of them's kind of the straight guy, and the other one is like the paranormalist.
Okay.
And they try to disprove paranormal or myths with pragmatic thought. You know, for example, in the episode that they talked about the skunk ape of Florida, which I'd never heard of, and how hurricanes hit and it kills the local animals
or displaces them,
or displaces the animals of Florida. And it was like, you know, it kills herds of deer, it kills, you know, alligators, it kills blah blah blah. Well, it's never killed a skunk ape. How come? It kills all these other herds of animals. It's like displaced these other animals. You know, if the skunk ape exists, like when these you know tragic disasters come in, why doesn't it kill them? And it was like, you know, it was really interesting, and I hope they put that episode up because I was really into it. And like we were, you know, I want to get them maybe on the show and do like a Halloween thing at some point. But
I'd love to have them on the show.
They were really phenomenal. They were really good. I like those guys a lot. So it's Squaring the Strange. So
that was
totally
a standout for sure.
Nice.
I also enjoyed City on the Edge.
Oh yeah.
They were good. Did you watch that one? They do a lot of stories about Albuquerque.
Oh, that was the history one, right?
Yeah. And since we were at the press club, they did the history of the press club, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that one as well. But the one problem with that one is I really feel like if you don't live in Albuquerque, it may not be as like
not as a universal
appealing.
Yeah,
appeal.
But maybe so. I don't know. I enjoyed the shit out of it, but you know I liked it a lot. So yeah, and then one more I want to promote. They had me on the show, a Potential Problems podcast. I really like those guys. Their show, I mean, it's definitely not safe for work. They are, you know, if you think we cuss a lot, they really do. So be careful on that if you're at work. But you know, check those guys out. But yeah, and then Breaking Math, they had a show there. I haven't listened to any of the other shows, and I probably might, but they do they try to you know make math fun, I guess, and do like kind of different math things.
Yeah,
they were you know they were green, but they were good, you know.
Yeah, they definitely had their own vibe going, and I don't know, I'm so into math anyway. I didn't really need it broken down, but they're like, here's someone that doesn't. Can someone in the audience come in and doesn't know what vector calculus is? And I was like, that's not me. I already know how to do that.
Right. So yeah, so check those shows out. They're local shows. Also, what was I can't think of what it's called. I didn't get to see them, so I don't know. But the self-serve, they do the show. I'll look this up because I want to.
Yeah, they were on the other stage.
I didn't get to see them, and we've had the self-serve people on this show before, and they were really good. And so I kind of want to promote them a little bit. Let me pull that up here. Oh, my dad just sent me pictures. They redid their bathroom, one of their bathrooms, and I was trying to figure out what he said. What do you think? And I was like, what is this? But let me find it. I can't find it. I'll put it up. But and then Color Circuit. Those guys were. I didn't get to see them either, but they were very interesting to work with, and they had some good ideas. And they talked me through a couple of things that I was really interested in but hadn't done yet, and they were like, oh yeah, do this, and I was like, okay, cool. So that's one good thing. But we got some shows coming up. We're talking about coming up to Colorado. If you live in southern Colorado in the Pagosa area, we're definitely talking about coming up, so definitely check that out. So what is this called? Show and Tell Sex, a self-serve toys podcast. That's the name of the self-serve one. So check that one out. I haven't watched it yet, but I will. So we have Portales, New Mexico. Ooh, Clovis. I'm sorry, Clovis, New Mexico.
Our yearly trek for Halloween.
Yeah. I was excited. That's going to be at the end of October. It will be the 27th and 28th of October.
Yay!
So we're not
back.
going to miss two of the what do you call them? The bands.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah,
Cover bands.
Yeah, there's gonna be three. We're gonna miss one of them, but we're not gonna miss the first two. So Billy will be in those. We also have shows coming up at Dialogue Brewing. We have a show definitely with Small Engine coming up, so I'm gonna make a calendar for. I keep saying this for the website, and I'm definitely gonna get it done. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank you guys for being here. Go to facebook.com/10drink. We also have just go to 10drinkminimum.com. Everything's on there. YouTube, Facebook. We have a Twitch channel, all that stuff. Go on there, add us, friend us, whatever you want to do. Go listen to our previous library on iTunes. And other than that, we are 10 Drink Minimum.